you know where to go.
I am not waiting until the last minute this year. My lights are already up. You should do the same. I'm Chris Chandler, and Wise Guys Pro Wash always keeps the exterior of my home looking great, so I had their team out to install lights along the roof line of my home. They custom fit everything perfectly, and the best part, during the day they blend right in. Then with one quick plug in, the whole house comes to life. I've got mine going already. Had them put up early to take advantage of the early bird pricing. One quick call, I was scheduled in minutes, and I can honestly say no hanging wires, no holes in the house, and I've never felt so in love with how my home looks. Wise Guys makes it easy too. They provide the lights, install them, maintain everything during the season, and when it's over, they take it all down and store it for next year. So don't wait. Call Wise Guys today. Mention my name, Chris Chandler, when you book. First-time customers save $150. Call now, though. Spots are filling fast.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
News, weather,
Traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 9 o'clock, I'm Judd Hickenbotham. News this hour brought to you by Trajan Wealth. Our top story, the defense now makes its case today in the trial of a man charged in the murder of a Cobb County firefighter and his wife from 4 years ago. Trial continues today after the state's final witnesses focused on evidence from the police investigation.
Superior Court Judge Sonia Brown took in police interviews of then 22-year-old Matthew Lands when what he told Sandy Springs police after a home break-in there raised red flags.
It became increasingly apparent that there was another incident involved, and the Cobb County incident got brought to light.
Cobb Police Detective Zachary Stannard says Lands' cell phone went into airplane mode just after the time police estimate Amber and Justin Hicks were shot. Under cross-examination, he agreed that if someone had crime in mind, it would make more sense to put a phone in airplane mode on the way there, not upon leaving. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Lance told police he just happened to be back at his parents' home on the night of the killings, but says he did not see or hear anything. It is 65 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitt says we could hit a record high today. Temperature creeping up near 80 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy skies. Chance of rain going back up tomorrow to start the weekend. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Now, going over the surprisingly positive numbers this morning from the just-released federal jobs report from September, a report delayed more than a month because of the government shutdown. It shows the U.S. added 119,000 jobs in September, essentially tripling many insider expectations. Unemployment rate does rise a tenth, though, to 4.4%. Revised numbers show that the country actually lost 4,000 jobs in August rather than adding 22,000 as originally announced. October's jobs numbers are not expected to be released at all. Meanwhile, after today's numbers were announced, the Wall Street is reacting on a positive count. Stock futures are way up this morning. We will check the numbers when the bell rings this morning at 9:30. A former Metro Atlanta police chief is now under arrest just hours after announcing his retirement.
The now former Brazelton police chief Michael Steffman is facing numerous charges after he's arrested by GBI agents Wednesday. The 49-year-old, whose retirement was announced hours before his arrest was, allegedly used the department's automated license plate reader for months to harass and stalk multiple individuals. He's now facing charges of violation of oath by a public officer, stalking, harassing communications, and misuse of a license plate recognition system. Steffman was arrested without incident and is being held in the Jackson County Jail. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
Cobb County commissioners reallocate more than $200,000 in unspent COVID relief funds to help food banks.
So we're going to buy some food boxes from Georgia Grown,
distribute those to two of our main partners, Must Ministries and Sweetwater Mission.
County spokesman Ross Cavett says they've heard from local food banks and residents as well who say they are under extra financial strain right now, but they want to do whatever they can to help those in need. Netflix lets it be known if it's successful in purchasing Warner Brothers Discovery, it will keep releasing the studio's films in theaters.
Sources tell Bloomberg that Warner Brothers has contractual agreements to release movies in theaters, which Netflix would honor. Until now, Netflix has resisted distributing its movies on the big screen and has grown to rival Hollywood's largest studios without doing so. Warner Brothers put itself up for sale last month. Bids are due today. I'm Bloomberg's Gina Cervetti for 95.5 WSB.
It is 9:03. The Mark Arum Show begins in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather. It's been a mess on the roads most of the morning. Let's go to the WSB 24-hour traffic center and Smile Mark McKay.
Center Lane is knocked out in Brookhaven. Judd 85 southbound with a crash just before Claremont Road. Exit 91 still seeing the delays past there at North Druid Hills as you work your way into northeast Atlanta and eventually on the downtown connector. Connector southbound's okay. Northbound 75-85 is still struggling from Langford Parkway up to I-20, putting that extra pressure on the westbound ride. I-20 leaving Flat Shoals in Gresham. Actually, just west of there at Glenwood as you work your way through East Atlanta. Tackling trouble on the east side in Tucker, Ashley Frasca.
Some delays on 285 North coming up from Covington Highway. Had a stall in the center lane on 285 North at Highway 78. They just cleared that off to the side and now headed down from Chamblee. Tucker on 285 South. DOT reporting a right lane blocked with a crash near Lawrenceville Highway. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Partly to mostly cloudy, 78 near the record high of 79 this afternoon. A few stray showers possible. Dry Friday morning, low 61, 77 in the afternoon ties the record high. We'll have some showers moving in Friday afternoon and evening, continuing into Saturday morning.
63 degrees right now in Powder Springs, 61 in Duluth, 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:05. More news at 9:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome, friends, to an action-packed edition of the Mark Arum Show. Dare I say, a phenomenal show in store for you. So much to talk about over the next 3 hours. First and foremost, in 30 minutes, another chance for 50 folks to secure the annual Mark Arum Show Christmas card. You'll get a chance to sign up for that. Don't send Deborah an email now. It'll be after the 9:30 news where you can get a chance. Deborah also has more tickets to give away to see Lady A at Atlanta Symphony Hall. We got some big guests today. I'm really excited. Travel expert Peter Greenberg's going to join us. So much travel confusion and anxiety as we head toward the Thanksgiving break. We'll talk to Peter Greenberg. Pamela Falk's going to join us live at the United Nations. Some big movement there when it comes to the future of Gaza. We're going to talk to Senator Jon Ossoff in just a moment. But this is probably the headline. No offense to actor Corbin Burnson, who's going to join us live, but Barry Manilow, for the first time ever, is going to be joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. What a catalog! What an artist! Looking forward to chat with Mr. Barry Manilow. I want to start, though, with the Epstein files. Yesterday, Deborah, we were following the path of the bill, right? It was passed by the House, nearly unanimous, and then some sort of a delay get to the Senate. The Senate didn't even have to vote, unanimous consent, and then they sent to the White House. And I know President had a busy day, but it was deep into the evening before he actually signed it. But he did sign that bill. So let's get the latest from Ed O'Keefe from CBS News.
Attorney General Pam Bondi is promising maximum transparency.
We will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward.
She now has just 30 days to release all unclassified records and investigative materials related to Epstein. Those could include flight logs, witness interviews, and immunity deals, and other information that could reveal who had sex with or massages from the hundreds of underage girls allegedly trafficked by Epstein and his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Obviously still a massive story. Joining us on the show, Senator from the great state of Georgia, Senator Jon Ossoff. Senator, good morning. As always, thanks for your time.
Good morning, Mark. Thank you for having me.
Let's start with the Epstein files. Unanimous consent didn't need a vote in the Senate. President Trump signed the bill last night. Are you dubious, optimistic, pessimistic that the American people are actually going to see all of these Epstein files?
I am concerned that the administration is going to play games and engage in some kind of selective release. It's been an astonishing U-turn for the president after months and months of the president's bitter opposition to making this information public. I think he saw the writing on the wall and that he was going to lose the vote in the House and changed his position. Now the question is whether this White House and this Department of Justice will comply fully with the letter and the spirit of the law.
If they don't, are there mechanisms for the Senate, the House oversight committees to put pressure on the DOJ to release the files fully or as fully as they are able to?
There will have to be rigorous and hard-nosed oversight of their compliance. There's a reason that the president was so opposed for so long to the release of these files, perhaps fearing embarrassment from their contents. And now the question is whether the White House will truly comply with the law.
Senator Jon Ossoff joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. Government has reopened. We had that continuing resolution passed, which will keep the government open until the end of January. You voted no in the Senate. A lot of Democrats critical of Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats for, quote, caving on this. Now that we've reopened the government, looking back, did the Democrats get enough concessions from the Republicans to reopen the government?
What I've been pushing for is an extension of these Affordable Care Act benefits in order to prevent a huge increase in health insurance premiums. Nearly 500,000 Georgians, it is projected, will lose their health coverage altogether. And if folks have been logging on and looking at their premiums for next year, in some cases they're doubling or tripling. Families are going to be spending tens of thousands of dollars on their insurance premiums next year, and when you put that on top of the tariffs, it puts household budgets in a very, very difficult situation. So we will have a Senate vote in a few weeks on extending those ACA benefits, and I hope that my Republican colleagues will join us in extending them in order to save Georgia families and families across the country from these massive increases in insurance premiums.
Yeah, as we are, in the midst of open enrollment right now, some folks getting either sticker shock and seeing the exponentially higher rate that they're going to pay year to year without the ACA or those extensions. Do you think that you could be able to get bipartisan support to be like, all right, there's not another, Republicans don't have a plan in place right now to replace the ACA. Do you feel confident that we could get those ACA benefits extended for another year?
Well, I'm going to try. I always try to work across the aisle and bring Republicans and Democrats together to do what's in my constituents' interest. I think, the GOP has been so committed to repealing the Affordable Care Act for so long that I'm not sure they're willing to work together on this, but I hope they will be, because there is not a real alternative plan right now. And this is really catastrophic for a lot of people. I mean, it's more than 20 million Americans who are seeing their premiums double. In some cases in Georgia, the premiums are more than doubling. They're tripling. And if 500,000 people are unable to afford insurance, it's not like folks aren't going to be getting sick. They're just not going to have health insurance, and that's going to mean that they show up at the emergency room when they're already very ill because they won't have been able to get preventative health care. It's a real problem for Georgia families that we need to solve, and I hope that we can come together and fix it in the weeks ahead. As you noted, folks are already signing up for their plans for next year. That's why, I tried to get this done over the summer. I offered an amendment to the Republican budget bill that cut Medicaid, and my amendment would have extended these ACA benefits. That amendment was rejected. That would have gotten us ahead of this health insurance enrollment period, so we wouldn't have been in this time crunch that we're in now. That's water under the bridge. The question now is, whether my Republican colleagues will work with us over the next couple of weeks in advance of this vote to extend these tax credits.
Senator, quite an extraordinary scene during a press avail the other day in the Oval Office with President Trump and the Saudi Crown Prince. Are you comfortable with the relationship that the United States now has with the Saudis?
No. For one, I think that the mixture of the president's family business and American foreign policy is hugely inappropriate and problematic, where you've got his sons flying around the world, closing deals, while the president engages in diplomacy that should be on behalf of the United States and not his personal interests. And, I don't know if you saw how the president interrupted and dismissed a question from a reporter about Saudi Arabia's assassination and dismemberment of a writer for the Washington Post a few years ago. The United States needs to stand for human liberty, human freedom, and human rights, and not cover up for foreign princes who engage in murder.
Senator Jon Ossoff joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. I want to talk, if you don't mind, about a child trafficking bill that you are supporting.
Yeah, look, this is a rare bright spot, some good news, an example of bipartisanship. A group of us, Republicans and Democrats, just passed through the Senate a bill called the Strengthening Child Exploitation Enforcement Act. This is to support the prosecution of predators who kidnap or abuse or traffic children, particularly when they use the internet to do so. The law has not kept up with technology, and I have been focused on strengthening the laws on the books to expose, investigate, and prosecute predators who use the internet to prey on children, and was pleased to work with my Republican colleague, Senator Cornyn of Texas, my Democratic colleague, Senator Booker of New Jersey, to pass this bill through the Senate.
I mean, if you can't get bipartisan support on that, I mean, all hope might be lost. So kudos to you on that. Thanksgiving next week. Take us to the Ossoff family Thanksgiving. What does it usually look like?
Because I am gone so much in Washington representing the state, which is my honor to do, we're going to be staying at home with the kids and spending some family downtime. I wish everybody out there a very happy Thanksgiving. I want to give a special shout out to the military service members, military spouses, veterans who serve and have served our country as we approach the holidays, with gratitude to your service, and to everybody out there, whenever and however I can be of service to you. This is your Senator Jon Ossoff. You can always reach me at ossoff.senate.gov.
Senator, great stuff as always. Thanks for your time. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mark. Take care.
9:15 on the Mark Arum Show. Always good to talk with our Georgia senators, governors. We love getting the information from the top of the tickets, if you will. This is a crazy story. We've been dealing with the Santoses of the world, and who was the senator in New Jersey that took the bribes? That banana Menendez. Yeah. This is a shocking revelation yesterday that is going to impact the House of Representatives. A Florida congresswoman has been indicted for allegedly stealing money from FEMA. CBS's Mike Wallace has the story.
The Justice Department says in 2021, a year before Democrat Sheila Sherfilis McCormick was elected to Congress, FEMA awarded her healthcare company a contract for COVID vaccinations, but overpaid by $5 million. She allegedly used some of the money to fund her campaign. In a statement, Sherfilis McCormick calls the indictment an unjust, baseless sham and says she is innocent. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
If it's true, I'm sure someone will be bringing a censure motion. That seems to be the thing to do now.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Yes, censure motions have been the topic of the day. This just in from our buddy Jamie Dupree. Office of House Leader Leader Jeffrey says that the Representative McCormick from Florida, who was indicted yesterday, quote, will take leave from her position as ranking member of the Foreign Affairs Committee subcommittee on the Middle East and North Africa. Yeah, I would imagine so. I'm cautiously optimistic, Deborah, that the tide is turning, because we had the censure of the Democratic congressman that basically, well, the attempted censure of the Democratic congressman that tried to just appoint his deputy to take over his seat. Like, what? And then you had the Florida congressman who was, about to be censured for some like, I like that we're starting to see, I think, some accountability right now. Some accountability. Innocent till proven guilty, yada, yada, yada. But, you get extra $5 million in FEMA money, and you just go, oh, I'll just fund my campaign with it. Whatever. But Jeffrey says that she is going to take leave from her position as ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Subcommittee. I wonder if this is going on and the investigation has teeth, what happens to that seat? Like, does she still go and vote, or does she step down and there's a special election?
Have to step down, right? I think you should.
That's not like, oh, she, misappropriate or misfilled out a loan or mortgage application on a vacation home. Like that's a big boy crime. $5 million of misappropriated FEMA money, and you just use it on your campaign. I wonder if that's what got her elected, the $5 million. Anyway, maybe we're in the dawning of the age of accountability for our elected leaders. All right, 9:18 on the Mark Arum Show. So much more to come. Actor Corbin Burnson. We're going to talk to travel expert Peter Greenberg. You got the Mark Arum Show Christmas card giveaway. Right now, though, we got some trouble on the west side, east side perimeter. Let's get the latest from Mike Shields.
Yeah, we'll start on the east side perimeter, Mark, with better news after a stalled vehicle was in a center lane in Clarkson, 285 southbound the inner loop, right before Highway 78. They have managed to push that over to the shoulder, and all lanes are back open. All lanes are back open on 85 southbound, getting past Shallot for road crash, move to the right shoulder, and road work setting up into Cobb County. 20 eastbound, getting past Panola Road in a left lane. This report is brought to you by Georgia United Credit Union. Ready for a financial partner that puts you first? Discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union. Visit gucu.org/join, insured by NCUA. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
There are so many people in need of help right now, and they need our help.
Join the Triple Team Traffic Crew tomorrow, November 21st from 9 a.m. to noon.
At the Publix, located at 11800 Haynesbridge Road in Alpharetta.
For the annual Triple Team Traffic Food Drive benefiting Atlanta Community Food Bank.
The first 25 people to donate a frozen turkey in person will receive 2 tickets to Lucia by Cirque du Soleil under the Big Top at Atlantic Station while supplies last.
For more information or to donate online, visit WSBradio.com.
If you're ready for real European car lovers to work on your Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, discover Wolfpan European Auto Repair in Roswell. And for a limited time, get a free second opinion on repairs when you mention you heard about Wolfpan on the radio. Search Wolfpan Auto Repair to get started.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey friends, have you filed an insurance claim for a roof replacement only to be denied? Are you not sure what to do? You're not alone. Dr. Roof here to help. Hey, it's Mark Arum. Dr. Roof specializes in reviewing the storm damage and getting your roof replaced. They've been around for over 37 years and can help you with all of your options. Don't settle for a denied or partial insurance claim. Get the roof you deserve with Dr. Roof online at drroof.com.
The NBA season's rolling, and DraftKings' newest game, Pick 6, is the easiest way to play for your shot at big wins. NBA stars are lighting it up. Now their numbers aren't just highlights, they're your shot to cash in. Here's how it works. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. New DraftKings customers get $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Pick, play, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code AtlantaTalk. That's code AtlantaTalk. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Ends December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Some friends one time sent my wife and me Omaha steaks for Christmas, and they sent it to our old house. We had moved out of it and not yet sold it. Went to the house. I could smell the steak before I saw it. Didn't know who sent it to me. Called Omaha Steaks. Not only did they send me a brand new package to my house, they told me who had sent it to me so I could send a thank you note. It was incredible customer service. And I've been sending gifts from Omaha Steaks because how great their customer service is ever since. You can get the Sizzle All the Way sale right now, 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com, and you get an extra $35 off with promo code ERIC, E-R-I-C-K, at checkout. You can get incredible options. My wife began her love affair of caramel apple tartlets with that package. Omaha Steaks sent to us. You can too. Get the fillets, get the New York strips. omahasteaks.com, 50% off right now. The Sizzle All the Way sale, $35 off extra with promo code ERIC at checkout. Minimum order required. omahasteaks.com.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Hi, I'm Dylan, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a customer service specialist, I love helping couples find their dream engagement ring. And guess what? I just got engaged, so it was fun to create one myself. First, my fiance tried on a bunch of ring styles and she was drawn to a classic diamond pave setting. Then we looked at different diamond shapes from pear to oval to cushion. She fell in love with a princess cut. At Shane Company, you can create a one-of-a-kind ring and get it in days, not weeks. Because a friend wants you to have a magical holiday proposal. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Get your home holiday ready with Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Schedule 3 rooms at just $45 a room and add a hallway for only $1 more when you mention WSB. Book now at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
9:24 on the Mark Arum Show. Very excited. Coming up after the news at 10, Barry Manilow joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. Is he the biggest name musical act for boomers that I've ever interviewed, Deborah?
Oh, for boomers? I mean, you did have Graham Nash on. To me, that was pretty huge, but I guess it just depends on what you like, right?
I'm very excited. Barry Manilow. I'm going to ask him if he remembers when I saw him at a restaurant in Vegas 17 years ago. Probably not. But anyway, welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. That is coming up after the news at 10. Deborah, an update on the Hyundai plant. Again, I am rarely right in my takes and my predictions, but I got this one right. The White House has now issued an apology after that huge ice raid at the Hyundai plant in Georgia.
Yeah, a White House official. We don't exactly know who. It was not the president, though. He telephoned the Hyundai Motor Company down near Savannah and gave a formal apology. You know, they were basically saying they didn't know this was specifically going to happen. They did not want these workers sent back home to South Korea. They apologized, and, you know, they know the workers are very skilled. They need them to be here. They want them to make sure that they stay here so they can train everybody else that's going to be working here, and they're just very apologetic on behalf of the president. They want him to make sure.
And I knew when it happened, I was like, there's no way President Trump and the administration was cool with this. Like, that's their biggest thing, been touting this foreign investment and building these plants and make America great again and build in America. And that's what that Hyundai plant is, and the battery plant that was under construction. I believe some of those South Korean workers that were sent out of the country are now coming back. I think they're starting to trickle back now. At the time, they were like, "Oh, I'm not coming back." But
I mean, I don't think I'd want to either.
Yeah, but if you know, money talks. You know,
I just know that some of them were really upset the way they were treated and the conditions they had to deal with.
But some of them, I mean, I don't blame them. If they're like, "Please, we need you. We're going to pay you twice what you make." Yeah, right. And then you come back, and then they're like, "And we'll give you $100 a day. You can eat in Savannah," which is one of the best food cities in the world. One other thing, Deborah. What was the other story I wanted to? Whooping cough. Yeah, I've heard of whooping cough. I have no idea what whooping cough is, to be honest with you. I thought it was like a medieval disease, but apparently it is coming back. There's an outbreak. What exactly is whooping? Do you even know what whooping cough is?
I mean, I can give you like the short version. It's a respiratory disease, right? But I think most of us probably have vaccinations for us. I know that my parents vaccinated me when I was a kid. I'm sure that your parents did too.
Yeah.
That our generation is a little bit more highly vaccinated than some of the younger ones. So we're probably lucky that we don't get it. But it's a respiratory disease, and it's starting to see a resurgence because you do have some immigrants coming here, and they don't have the same vaccination laws. And then just less people have been trusting vaccines.
Yeah.
So we're starting to see more whooping coughs. And the problem is it's really dangerous for babies, infants, toddlers, because they don't have
can be deadly
strong immune systems.
Yeah.
They're not fully developed in their lungs yet. So
they
that's
don't have those good Longoria lungs.
Right.
Yeah, when the girls were born, we all had to get it.
You had to get one too?
My grandparents, my mom, everybody had to get it.
Yeah, they recommend
getting the vaccine.
pregnant women get them too. Yep.
All right. I'll have to check with Mama Erin to see if I'm. I just thought that was like, the plague.
I think it's because
gone.
so many people were vaccinated that we know of. Nobody had it. Yeah.
Speaking of vaccines, the CDC website now says vaccines may cause autism. That's now on the CDC website. Language, which I am assuming comes from Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Judd's got your news, weather, and traffic in 2. When we come back, the curious case of James Comey. What is going on with his grand jury indictment? We'll go in depth with Stephen Portnoy from ABC next. Social media is up throughout the broadcast at Mark Airman at WSB Radio.
Sell your home with Mark Spain Real Estate and get the strongest cash offer in the industry. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate allows you to bypass the market, receive an all-cash offer, and close in as little as 21 days. Mark Spain Real Estate's been in the business for nearly 30 years and has helped more than 72,000 satisfied clients. Trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home quickly and for top dollar. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Does this sound like you, where every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do and how far you've drifted from the life you used to have when you didn't feel that pain? Good news for you, because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? It's Mark Aron from my pals at QC Kinetics, where they tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to their heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. A great time to book your free consultation. So call QC Kinetics today. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. Locations in Decatur, Lawrenceville, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Stockbridge, and Douglasville.
Hi, I'm Dale with TrustDale.com. For over a decade, I've trusted America's Best Choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks. And with their 3-way warranty, including my $10,000 Make It Right guarantee, you can invest with confidence.
That's right, Dale. America's Best Choice offers highest quality, energy-efficient windows and special pricing on custom decks. We also offer beautiful siding, doors, and now roofing, all with no pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com for your free in-home estimate. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 9:30. I'm Judd Hickenbotham. News this half hour brought to you by Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Our top story, following up on a story that kept the traffic center very busy this morning. 2 people are dead after a wrong-way driver causes a pair of wrecks in Doraville.
The collisions leave traffic backed up for hours along I-285. The Doraville Police Department says it started when the wrong-way driver entered the 285 exit ramp from Buford Highway, hitting one vehicle. The driver then continued and got on the interstate, still driving the wrong direction. That's where the second collision happened. The passengers inside that second car were taken to Grady Hospital. One of them died. Police say one person inside the wrong-way vehicle also died. No word on what initially led the car to drive the wrong way. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
It is 66 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nidd says we'll get up near 80 degrees and a possible record high today under partly cloudy skies. We stay warm into the weekend. Rain chance going up tomorrow. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Well, better late than never. The federal jobs report for September is released this morning with some positive numbers.
Total non-farm employment edged up by 119,000 in September, showing little change since April. The unemployment rate rose to 4.4%. A simultaneous but separate Labor Department report shows weekly jobless claims falling by 8,000.
Yeah, those total jobs added more than doubled many estimates. Correspondent Jim Ryan says the report was delayed for more than a month because of the government shutdown. It's not known what kind of impact it will have on the Federal Reserve's chances of cutting interest rates. Again, though, it'll meet in about 3 weeks. Checking Wall Street, bell ringing this morning. What a booming start on Wall Street. The Dow was was up almost 600 points after this report was released this morning. S&P is up more than 100 points overall. NASDAQ is up more than 2% right now, more than 450 points. Those are some numbers to watch as we head through the day on Wall Street. Well, we've seen stories around Metro Atlanta of residents and some decision makers pushing to delay construction of more of those massive data centers needed. Artificial intelligence it becomes more commonplace. Now, as winter approaches, federal energy regulators warn of a power supply strain caused by those facilities.
The North American Electric Reliability Corporation says because of tighter supply, if extreme cold weather hits, there could be energy shortages and outages.
Reporter David Schechter says demand for electricity is expected to rise 2.5% this winter compared to the same time last year, partially because of those data centers. And a new study finds finger counting is indeed a good way to teach math to kids. The American Psychological Association finds children who count on their fingers between the ages of 4 and 6.5 actually have better addition skills by the age of 7. That's compared to kids who don't use their fingers. Researchers say it shows finger counting is important when it comes to higher math skills later on in life. It's 9:33. Now live team coverage of traffic and weather. And to the WSB 24-hour traffic center we go, and Mike Shields.
And Joe, watching the delays in the cab grow as roadwork setting up in the left lane once again today. I-20 eastbound approaching Panola Road, exit 71. Sluggish as you leave Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. You're right into town from the northern suburbs, improving, but still on and off the brakes. 85 southbound as you leave 316, getting down to Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Just a tap of the brakes in Roswell and 400 southbound, getting past Holcomb Bridge Road. And waves of volume 75 southbound, leaving KSU through Kennesaw and Marietta, getting down to Truist Park. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Mix of sun and clouds and 78 this afternoon, headed to 61. Dry Friday morning, a warm start to another warm day. 77 Friday afternoon, showers moving in through the afternoon and evening hours. A few rumbles of thunder late Friday night.
66 degrees right now in Stockbridge, 64 in Dunwoody, 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 9:34. More news at 10. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Judd Hickenbotham, 95.5 WSB.
When the news matters to you.
The FAA says the flight crew was reporting possible smoke in the flight deck.
95.5 WSB has you covered.
Beef prices are going up.
Your 24/7 news source.
They had no ties to a gang, but they were killed by them.
When you need the story, all you need to do is listen. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's breaking news station.
This is up to Ukraine. It's about Ukrainian territory. It's about Ukrainian sovereignty.
That's Dutch Van Weel, European Union Foreign Minister. Some big discussions right now regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. We'll update that and your chance to get a Mark Arum Show Christmas card 2 minutes away on the Mark Arum Show.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Brian Jack is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Brian Jack at 202-225-5901. and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Hey friends, it's Mark Arum back from my pals at Reliable Heating and Air. Check it out. This season, Reliable Heating and Air is giving up to $2,000 cash back when you upgrade to a high-efficiency water heater and whole home water purification system. $2,000. You want to do one or the other? It's $1,000 cash back. Amazing. For my friends at Reliable, book your free consultation by going to reliableair.com. Stay warm, stay hydrated, stay paid with Reliable.
My holiday lights are up, the ladder's in the garage, and I'm safe inside. Wise Guys Lights handles everything, install, maintenance, and takedown, and first-time customers save $150 when they mention me, Chris Chandler. Don't wait, book now at wiseguyslights.com.
"78 years ago today, the future Queen of Britain, Princess Elizabeth, married Philip Mountbatten, the Duke of Edinburgh, at Westminster Abbey." This is singing during the ceremony. Obviously, Deborah, we know this well, the story of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. What was his official title?
Yeah, he was a prince. He wasn't
never
a
got
king.
to be king. That
he
sucks.
didn't earn the throne. She did. Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch The Crown. It's a phenomenal TV show. Speaking of phenomenal actors, Corbin Burnson's going to join us live from 10:50. LA Law, Major League, travel expert Peter Greenberg at 10:35. And right after the news at 10, Barry Manilow here on the Mark Arum Show. Before we get to more important news of the day, Deborah, we're going to release our second 50 Mark Arum Show Christmas cards. So
50.
Okay. We're doing 50 a drop. So 50 yesterday, 50 today. So how do you get it? Well, first of all, when you email, we're going to give you the email address in a second.
Yesterday, there might have been some confusion.
Yeah.
So, again, all I need is your name and full mailing address, postal mailing address.
Gotcha.
I don't need your email. We're not giving away any tickets.
Yes.
We don't have a turkey to give away.
No gift cards,
unfortunately, no gift cards. So just so everyone understands, like, it is a physical Christmas card, like that your aunt would send you in the mail.
Exactly.
It's just from our show, and I need your name and your physical mailing address.
That's
it. You don't have to put anything
You're
else in the
not entered
email.
to win anything else.
Nope,
this is just for the annual Mark Arum Show
Right,
Christmas card,
right.
which this year features a celebrity on it.
Which is why there's such high demand.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. All right, so if you,
timestamp it, Deborah.
all right, 38.
Yeah, 9:38. First 50 folks that email their full name and mailing address to
Deborah at WSBradio.com, and that is DEBRA at WSBradio.com.
There you go. So we dropped 50 yesterday in the 10 o'clock hour, 50 here in the 9 o'clock hour. Tomorrow we'll drop 50 in the 11 o'clock hour. So good luck, Deborah, DEBRA at WSBradio.com. Just your full name and your full mailing address. That includes the zip code, Longoria. I know you hate giving zip codes out. You're very,
You'd be surprised at how many zip codes I don't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it on there. First 50, good luck. All right, joining us now from ABC News, our good friend Stephen Portnoy. Stephen, I've been calling it the curious case of James Comey because really I don't know what to make of it. What is going on between the former FBI director and the Department of Justice?
Yeah, look, I mean, this case is increasingly being viewed as a sort of hanging by a thread. Yesterday, pretty remarkable thing happened in federal district court in Alexandria, Virginia, just south of Washington, D.C. A stunning admission in open court from the prosecutor, the acting U.S. attorney, Lindsay Halligan, handpicked by President Trump and, essentially publicly tasked with going after a couple of his enemies, namely James Comey and Letitia James. Now, when it comes to James Comey, in late September, Lindsay Halligan, who's never been a prosecutor before, she's an insurance lawyer by trade and was a former staffer to President Trump, tasked with rooting out alleged inappropriate content at the Smithsonian, went into a jury room with the grand jury and said, here's the evidence we have against James Comey. We believe he lied to Congress in his 2020 testimony just nearly 5 years ago. Here's the testimony of an FBI agent who's the only person who testified before the grand jury. And according to Halligan, here's what happened. The grand jury was presented with 3 charges. They approved 2 and rejected 1. But yesterday in open court, Halligan admitted that the 2-count indictment that was actually handed up by the grand jury foreperson was never actually seen by all 23 members of the grand jury. Now, Mark, I've served as a grand jury foreman myself. It's been a while. It was about 20 years ago. But what I remember is that when you sit on a grand jury, you sit inside the room. There's nobody else in the room but the prosecutor and a court reporter who transcribes. I don't mean a journalist. I mean someone who sits there in front of a machine making a transcript. And then you have witnesses who come in, and there's nobody else. There's no judge. There's no bailiff. And what happens is the prosecutor serves as the legal advisor to the grand jury. He's supposed to be the expert. And the grand jurors are average citizens who look to the prosecutor for advice, and that's why it's said that a grand jury will indict a ham sandwich, because they look to the prosecutor for all the guidance, and if the prosecutor's operating in good faith and says that something's ought to be done? Well, the grand jury is more often than not going to say, sure, you bet, ma'am. Well, in this case, the grand jury rejected one of the counts, which almost never happens. And now there's the suggestion that the document which carries the prosecutor and four-person signature was never actually reviewed by the 23 grand jurors who voted on it. Now, the argument the Justice Department is making is, well, yes, Your Honor, they may not have actually seen the paperwork, but they knew what it said because they saw the original 3-count draft and they rejected one of those counts. But, you understand, they would have approved the other two if they had actually had a chance to review it. But, time was short and it was late at night and we just figured it would be okay. Well, when that admission was made yesterday, and I've characterized the argument, not quoted it, there were murmurs in the courtroom. Particularly members of Comey's family who said, wow. I mean, the judge at that moment was like, well. And so now there's the suggestion that maybe this indictment will be thrown out because it wasn't reviewed by all 23 members of the grand jury. That's one issue. There's another issue that actually arose this week in court. An order from a magistrate judge said that as he reviewed the transcript and recording of the grand jury proceedings, he heard Lindsay Halligan, not a prosecutor by trade, telling the grand jury that if Comey's indicted by this grand jury, well, then he'll have to explain himself. Well, Mark, that's not how it works. If the defendant is not obliged to provide testimony, that's the Fifth Amendment. Yeah. And then she also is said to have said that don't worry, what we haven't shown you, we have more and better evidence that we'll use if you indict, which is also not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So the magistrate judge is alleging that there was misconduct in the grand jury room. And yesterday, the prosecutor herself admitted that the grand jury never saw the indictment that was handed up. So it's hard to see how this moves forward.
Final quick question for you, Stephen. If this is thrown out, I'm led to believe that the statute of limitations has expired and they might not be able to re-indict James Comey.
We're going to learn together how this process will work. I've also seen a statute, this is my own research, not backed up by any lawyer, and I'm not one, that they may have 6 months to refile even after the statute of limitations expires.
Okay.
There's a statute that says that if that happens, and it's for any reason, that a prosecutor can have 6 months to essentially have a redo. We'll see what happens, because it might have to happen.
Thanks for the clarification on a very confusing story. Stephen Portnoy from ABC. Stephen, as always, appreciate your time.
You bet.
Yeah, it's above my pay grade. I don't know what's going on the grand jury. One of my friends, Gilliam, just served on a grand jury in DeKalb County, Deborah, and he shared his experience, and he said it was the most emotionally exhausting episode of his life. So he was on the grand jury for about a month. I think it was like 4 Thursdays. He got to sit in DeKalb County, and the prosecutors present the indictments, and it was like child abuse and domestic abuse, and he's like emotionally drained having to sit on those. It's something. Maya's got called for jury duty coming up in December. I've never sat on a jury. I've been called to jury duty, but
you'll get kicked out.
You think? I want to be on a jury.
In the past, when I've had to go, the minute they find out what you do,
yeah,
it's like, oh, well, you can't be unbiased because you report on this kind of stuff. Even if you tell them, no, like I work at I play media. No, you work in this media, and so you're not eligible.
I can imagine the judge would be like, we can't conduct this trial with you in a jury because we can't take bathroom breaks every 90 minutes, Mr. Aram. So you are officially dismissed. All right, so I teased ahead Russia-Ukraine war. U.S. officials now in Kyiv for the Trump administration's renewed push to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Amid this push, Russia's war on Ukraine continues. Overnight, aerial attacks killed at least 25 people and injured dozens more. CBS News Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Margaret Brennan has more.
Ukrainian officials tell me tomorrow they expect President Zelensky to meet with Dan Driscoll, who is the Army Secretary. And the mission includes, yes, feeling out the potential for getting back to those ceasefire talks that Ukraine and the U.S. had agreed to the parameters of, but without Russian buy-in. But it's also to talk about military technology development and to understand what's happening on the battlefield.
Updating that story, this coming from The Economist, the U.S. presented Ukraine with a 28-point peace plan drafted with Russia, but without Ukraine's involvement. It appears to demand that Ukraine capitulate by ceding further territory and reducing the size of its armed forces. In response, Kaja Kallas, the EU's top diplomat, warned that, quote, for any plan to work, it needs Ukrainians and Europeans on board, end quote. Pentagon officials due to meet Zelensky in Kyiv later today. So a 28-point peace plan drafted with Russia, but no involvement with Ukraine or the European Union or our NATO allies. So, spoiler alert, that's going nowhere in a hurry. Hopefully, you are not going nowhere. You're moving swiftly on these roadways. Let's check the ride around town at 9:46. Here's Mike Shields.
And Mark just watched a crash move from the second left lane to the right shoulder. All lanes now back open. 7585 northbound north of 166 Langford Parkway to 243. Watch out for Atlanta Police and Georgia State Patrol in a hero unit, all with this crash on the shoulder. Delays continue to Cobb County with left lane roadwork still setting up. 20 eastbound getting past Panola Road, exit 71. This support is brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Hey, Georgia, remember you can play Georgia Lottery games from almost anywhere on any device. Go to glottery.com and click on DigiGames. I'm Mike Shields, 95.5 WSB.
The news of the day through the eyes of Eric Von Hessler.
The way you should live your life is look at the way they're doing it at D.C. and then just run.
If it's on your mind, it's on his.
Other people are getting away with it, so you should get away with it.
Eric Von Hessler. Today at 3.
Well, your best day ever would have been a Tuesday. Who knows?
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Get your home holiday ready with Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Schedule 3 rooms at just $45 a room and add a hallway for only $1 more when you mention WSB. Book now at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Well, Chris, as you know, time just keeps on ticking. We're putting another year under our belt, so it seems like a really good time to take stock of our financial lives and put together that plan that's built to last.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Action News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere, live, to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
Findlay Roofing. The Roof guys are proud to support Clark's Christmas Kids again this year. Findlay will donate at least $15,000 to Clark's Christmas Kids. Time to replace your roof? Please think of Findlay first. FindlayRoofing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why the big wireless companies want you on an unlimited plan? It's because they need you to help cover the cost of the 20-somethings who are using a lot of data every month. Fact is, according to the latest research studies, most people 50 and up, like me, only use 12 gigs or less each month. Don't get bamboozled by big wireless. At Consumer Cellular, pick what suits your needs. Whether it's 1 gig, 5, 10, or unlimited, the point is, pay for exactly what you need and nothing more. We use the same towers as the big guys, but since we don't own and maintain them, we can pass the savings on to you. Our plans start at just $20 a month, and you'll get the best customer service in the business. I want to invite you to join the millions of people who choose something better than big wireless. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I imagine there's 3 listeners right now listening to the Mark Arum Show on like a Peloton or an exercise bike or a treadmill. Just pumping you up here with the Rocky montage. 49 years ago today, Rocky premiered in theaters November 20th, 1976. That's weird. So I was almost 2 years old when it premiered. I'm sure I saw Rocky in a theater though. Like did they just
special screenings?
Maybe. I have distinct memories of going to the movies with my dad and seeing Rocky. So maybe it was like a re-release.
Was it 2 or 3 or something?
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, that was 49 years ago. Quick food story. I like to dip in and out of that. Of course, Thanksgiving is coming up next week, and I am a fan of Kentucky Fried Chicken. The first biscuit I ever had in my life was from a KFC. They are now offering a special Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah, KFC introduced the Extra Crispy Festive Feast. If you're looking for not turkey or just a more budget-friendly option for Thanksgiving, you get an 8-piece order of fried chicken, which is 4 drums, 4 thighs. You also get some mashed potatoes, biscuits, and 3 different gravies, all for $25.
3 different gravies?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or 3 servings of
No,
gravy?
3 different gravies.
Huh.
I don't know what the gravies are because I've never had one. I imagine you guys do, though. But yeah, and then they also have a KFC personal pot buy if you'd like that, and that's only $5.
Excellent. I like KFC. They have some amazing BOGOs. When they get the BOGOs on Uber Eats, the mashed potato bowl, I'm all out. One more quick story. That's Yellowstone. It's gone. It's done. Great series. But now we've had the prequels. Now there's going to be a sequel to Yellowstone.
Yeah, so we kind of knew this. This one's going to follow Casey around, or Luke Grimes' character. Yeah,
Love
so
him.
it's going to be called Why Marshals. It's him joining a bunch of U.S. Marshals, and they're protecting Montana. So it's probably going to stay in that same vein of what's going on in the Wild West and everything.
Casey's my favorite character in that show.
He is
Beth
the best
was
character.
cool, but I like Casey a lot.
I like Beth.
And his wife, of course.
It comes out in March.
All right, excellent. Speaking of Hollywood, joining us now live on the Mark Arum Show, the legend that is Shelley Herman. Shelley, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Oh, that's a big title to live up to. Legend. Wow.
Well, you've had a legendary career. You got a book out. Tell the listeners the title of your book, and then I've got some follow-up questions for you.
Okay, my book is titled My Peacock Tale, spelled T-A-L-E, like a story, Secrets of an NBC Page. And it's all about probably the best time I ever had in show business, which was when I was a page at NBC Burbank in the mid-'70s.
Oh, Burbank. Okay, so the reason I'm super excited to talk to you is where I went to college, Marist College in New York, there was an internship program, a direct pipeline from my school to NBC, and I know people that were pages, but that was in Rockefeller Center. I had friends that interned at Saturday Night Live, and the stories they told me were unbelievable. What era are we talking about your pageship out on the West Coast?
Well, I was giving tours and ushering TV shows that included The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, The Midnight Special, The Gong Show, Hollywood Squares. Yeah, a lot of variety shows that were coming through there. It's one of those things that you'd be taking a tour group through the hallways, and if they called lunch during a Bob Hope special, Bob Hope would come out, John Wayne, just these.
That's remarkable.
Jimmy Stewart,
I was set to ask you about the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and then he dropped the Gong Show on me. I was such a fan of the Gong Show as a kid. Give me a good Gong Show story from your page days.
Oh, how much time do we have?
We have 1 minute, 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no, I'm going to say this. Chuck Barris was the nicest, kindest person, completely different than what you would see on TV. And what Chuck was doing, even back in the days of the dating game and the Newlywed Game, is he was just trying to tweak all of the people who just took themselves too seriously. And in doing so, gave careers to people like Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
It's been noted that because Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman, made so many different appearances on the Gong Show, when he started getting residuals, he was able to survive as an actor and create the Pee Wee character that we all know and love. There's my friend Adam Needham wrote a book about the Gong Show. That's like the definitive work on it. But
so,
it
in your estimation, was Chuck Barris a CIA agent?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Please don't. Please don't. That's remarkable. Again, we're limited time. I'm really excited about the book, though, about my Peacock Tales, Secrets of an NBC Page. You went on to having a fabulous career after your Page days. Was there a celebrity that, as a Page, that rubbed you the wrong way or you got bad vibes from or just didn't have a good encounter with?
Well, someone who did try to literally rub me the wrong way.
Oh.
Was McLean Stevenson, the guy that played Colonel Blake on MASH.
Really? Oh, that's disheartening.
And it was just because I was doing all the same stuff the guys were doing at NBC. I was observing his TV show. I was aspiring to be a writer. I wanted to hang around and learn things. And I guess it just got misinterpreted that my zest and my zeal to be around the McLean Stevenson show didn't necessarily mean I wanted to be around him.
Well, I'm just happy it wasn't Radar. That would have really upset me. Shelley Herman, the book, My Peacock Tales, Secrets of an NBC Page. I can't wait to read it. Best of luck with the book, and thanks for your time, Shelley.
It's a fun read. Thanks.
Will do. Oh, wow. I can't watch MASH again the same way. I think he's gone now. Rest in peace, or not so much. All right, Sabrina's got news, weather, and traffic. We're going to come back, update our big stories, and, Barry Manilow next on The Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, friends, have you filed an insurance claim for a roof replacement only to be denied? Are you not sure what to do? You're not alone. Dr. Roof here to help. Hey, it's Mark Arum. Dr. Roof specializes in reviewing the storm damage and getting your roof replaced. They've been around for over 37 years and can help you with all of your options. Don't settle for a denied or partial insurance claim. Get the roof you deserve with Dr. Roof online at drroof.com.
MSC Cruises Black Friday sale is here with the best deal of the year. Cruise from $199. Plus, get up to $1,000 onboard credit and kids sail free. Experience MSC Cruises' signature blend of European style and American comfort, from global flavors to Broadway-style shows and more. Book your next holiday to must-see destinations like the Caribbean, Europe, and beyond. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
What if every home had a touch of magic where every device was connected by an invisible force? It's not wizardry. It's the most intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Wi-Fi so brilliant, it knows when to boost speeds to other devices that need it most, making the Emerald City Sparklify for your wicked watch party. Or instantaneously pause any device without the tap of a wand. Or grant your devices the power to protect against threats at home and online, keeping you safe from mischief. And with Xfinity Mobile, you can stream from the end of your driveway to the edge of Oz with intelligent Wi-Fi and 5G together. And right now, you can cast a spell to stop time and keep your internet price steady for 5 years guaranteed. Plus, you get Wi-Fi equipment included, no contracts or commitments. Sure, it all feels like magic, but it's a reality and really intelligent Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Xfinity, imagine that, and see Wicked for good, only in theaters November 21st. Restrictions apply, select plans only. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good morning. It is 10 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating and Air. If you were caught up in the traffic this morning on your way into work, we have new information on what caused those backups. It was a wrong-way driver, and 2 people ended up dead in that crash in Doraville this morning.
It all happened near I-285 and Buford Highway. Doraville police say the wrong-way driver entered the exit ramp to the interstate, hitting one car. It kept driving the wrong way, getting onto the interstate and hitting a second car. The people in that second car were all taken to Grady Hospital. One of them later died. One person inside that wrong-way vehicle also died. The accidents caused major traffic backups on the interstate. Police haven't said what caused the car to drive in the wrong way in the first place. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
All right, thank you, Austin. So your weather for today, partly to mostly cloudy this afternoon, headed for a high of 78 degrees, says Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming your way in just over 2 minutes. In Fulton County, they're proposing a property tax hike with funds going towards making improvements at the county jail.
Under the proposal, property taxes in Fulton County would increase 39 cents for every $1,000 in assessed property values. The tax hike would raise $32 million next year, which would fund improvements to the county jail. A Justice Department investigation has described conditions at the jail as abhorrent and unconstitutional, and the jail is the subject of a consent decree. Some commissioners raised questions about whether the money's being spent effectively. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
This is new this morning. For the first time, the Atlanta-based CDC's website no longer rejects a possible link between vaccines and autism. The website now saying, quote, the claim vaccines do not cause autism is not an evidence-based claim because studies have not ruled out the possibility that infant vaccines cause autism. It added that health authorities have ignored studies supporting the link between the two, but in a bold heading on the website, it still says vaccines do not cause autism. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has also said that there may be a link between pregnant women taking Tylenol and autism, a claim that is also not backed by scientific evidence. Kia is recalling 250,000 cars over a fuel tank issue. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration saying the fuel tanks on some Kia K5 sedans can melt. The cars from the 2021 through 2024 model years could have a damaged valve that lets air into the fuel tanks, causing the tanks to expand and contact hot exhaust components, melting the tanks, and that could increase the risk of a fire. Drivers might notice a popping sound from the fuel tank, or their dashboard check engine light may come on. Kia dealers will replace that valve for free at the dealership. All right, now let's talk about your money. A mixed picture on the economy this morning, even as the September jobs report shows that 119,000 jobs were added. That's higher than the 50,000 that were expected. Some retailers, like Walmart, reported earnings are in line with their expectations, while others say sales are slowing. Rebecca Jarvis digs deeper.
At the same time, we've heard some weakness from retailers like Home Depot, Lowe's, and Target, who have all reported weaker expectations for the time going forward. And that's because they say of the uncertainty facing the consumer. There is one thing that is clearly booming here on Wall Street, and that is artificial intelligence. The company NVIDIA reporting stronger than anticipated earnings overnight.
And Wall Street's looking good this morning. We're in the green. The Dow's up almost 1.5%. NASDAQ's up 2.5%. And the S&P's up almost 2%. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Smiling Mark McKay in the WSB 24-hour traffic center. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabrina. It's that time. Construction slowing things up, heading outbound on I-20 out toward the Mall of Stonecrest into Lithonia. It's I-20 eastbound. We see the left lane knocked out with that road work in the work zone. I-20 eastbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Downtown's in recovery mode from this morning. 75-85 northbound still slow. Georgia State Center Park Stadium up to John Lewis Freedom Parkway. And out of Buckhead, northeast Atlanta, still finding brake lights on 400 south of Lenox Road. 85 is slowing as you approach North Druid Hills, exit 89. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Mix of sun and clouds and 78 this afternoon, headed to 61. Dry Friday morning, a warm start to another warm day. 77 Friday afternoon, showers moving in through the afternoon and evening hours. A few rumbles of thunder late Friday night.
It's cloudy and 65 degrees right now in Johns Creek. Tucker, you have 66 degrees, and it is 65 degrees with cloudy skies in Cartersville. We'll have more news at 10:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome back to the show and a good Thursday morning to you. Mark Arum here, you there. It's 10:05, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock. This is the Mark Arum Show, live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. The core four with us today. Deborah, executive producer of the program. Longoria, the stoic Eskimo on the other side of the takeout window. Vinny Drip screens your calls. Coming up in 30 minutes, travel expert Peter Greenberg's going to join us live. 45 minutes now, Hollywood notable actor Corbin Burnson, L.A. Law. Major League. We're going to talk to him live. After the news at 11, we'll go to the UN live, get an update on that Gaza peace deal that was ratified by the Security Council. So much to talk about. 11:37, Deborah has tickets to see Lady A at Atlanta Symphony Hall. Speaking of musical acts, I, along with tens of thousands of fellow North Georgians, very excited. January 16th at Gas South Arena, the legendary Barry Manilow performing here in the metro Atlanta area. He joins us now on the Mark Arum Show. Mr. Manilow, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Good morning to you, too. Good morning, everybody.
This is very exciting. Before we get to the concert, your new single, this has been bugging me for coming up on 15, maybe 20 years. And
right.
the listeners know what I'm talking about because I've mentioned this story on the air a bunch of times. Years ago, I'm at a restaurant in Las Vegas, and there you are eating at the same restaurant. And I'm such a huge fan, and I debate, I'm like, should I go say hi to him? I didn't want to bother you. I know how that is. So eventually, all I did was, as I was leaving the restaurant, I just walked by your table, gave you a polite nod, you nodded back, and I went on my merry way. Should I, all these years later, should I have stopped and said hello or no? Did I do the right thing?
No, you should have stopped and said hello. Absolutely. Next time we do that, stop and say hello.
Are you sure, though? I just feel, I mean, you were mid-meal. I didn't want to interrupt you at all. I just felt guilty.
Well, I guess that was very nice of you. So, but next time, interrupt me. Say hello.
I will. But, I gave you the knowing nod, like, yes, sir, I know who you are. I'm a fan. And you nodded back. That was great enough for me. All right, next time if I see you in Vegas. Like, you had a residence in Vegas for a long time, or do you still have a residency in Vegas? What's that status?
Yeah, I do it every other weekend, and it's great fun. It's our show. Our show is great fun. I try to sing all the hits, and the audiences are great fun in Vegas. And, now I'm going on the road again. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going on the road again. And those are really great shows. Coming to Duluth, I mean, really, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're excited. January 16th, coming to the metro Atlanta area. Now, I grew up listening to your music. My mom, about your age, from Brooklyn. She went to Erasmus High. She was a fan.
Really?
She passed on her love of you to me. And it's interesting how generationally your music gets handed down. There are teenagers that are familiar with Barry Manilow's music.
Yeah. The one that everybody seems to connect with me is Copacabana. Young, old, everybody. And that was such a surprise because when we wrote that one, we never thought it would be a hit song. We thought it was just going to be the novelty song on that album. But of all the songs, and I've had a lot of songs on the radio, it's Copacabana that keeps on coming back.
Why do you think that is? Is it just the catchiness of it? Is it the rhythm? Why is it Copacabana?
If I knew that, I would be writing 1 million Copacabanas.
All right, touche. All right, on the other side of the coin then, Mr. Manilow, what's a song that you just loved? You said, this is it. This is going to be a hit. This is going to be on my eternal musical resume, but for some reason didn't connect with the audience or radio stations or the public in general?
There's a bunch of those, and they're album cuts. They never came out of the album as a single, but there's so many great songs that I have sung on various albums that I thought, were going to jump out as a single, and most of the time I'm wrong. And thank goodness for my friend Clive Davis, who always is right.
Yeah, well, I mean, goodness gracious, that's a man, you're right, who is always right. What I love about your career, too, is your music has been released on every possible type of outlet, right? So, vinyl, and then 8-tracks and cassettes and CDs and now digitally streaming, right? I'm sure most of folks listen to your music now on digital streaming platforms.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? And I would rather get an album, that you can read the liner notes and all, and they don't make them anymore. I think I have a new album coming out in March, and they actually are making albums, big albums with liner notes and everything on it. So they're still selling them, but I don't know if people actually have the machinery to play them on.
Well, vinyl's definitely making a comeback. And of course, I grew up in that vinyl era and before the internet, and you needed to get that to find the lyrics of the song, right? You couldn't just Google what are the lyrics to the song. You had the liner notes and you had the thank yous. And you had that personal connection between you and the artist.
Yeah, I've got the liner version of the album that's coming out. Right, I'm looking at it right now, and it's the size of a regular album like that we would have all bought in the record store. But you know, they're telling me that a lot of people still buy these vinyl records. So you know, I hope they do.
Barry Manilow joining us here on the Mark Arum Show. He's in town, Gas South Arena, January 16th. We played your a new single, Once Before I Go, a little bit earlier in the show. And what I find remarkable, you've been in the industry for decades. Even at your current age, it's that voice. There's no confusing. You hear the voice, and you're like, oh, that's Barry Manilow. What have you done to protect your voice over this long, illustrious career?
You know, I never even think about it, Mark. I never even think about saving my voice. Or, you know, I don't warm up. I've never taken a singing lesson. You know, I just get out there and hope that it's there, and it usually is. But no, I've never considered myself a singer or a performer. I consider myself a musician, an arranger, a songwriter. But the singing and the performing, that was just a big accident that I just didn't plan on it.
How so? How did that wind up being the career?
I made a demo. I couldn't afford a singer. So I sang the song that I'd written, and I sent my demo out to various record companies, hoping that they would give my song to their artists. But I got a phone call from Bell Records saying that they liked the song and they liked the singer, and they wanted me to make an album. I said, sure, I'll make an album, but I never really took it seriously. But it started like that.
That's remarkable that you just wanted your song to be sung by a professional singer, but you couldn't afford one to sing the lyrics to your song. So you sang it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Well, I'm glad you were broke then. I'm glad you were broke and couldn't afford a singer to sing your song because we might not be talking to each other right now. That's remarkable.
That's true, because I never even thought about singing. Really, I never thought about singing.
That's unbelievable. And just to go back to there's no Barry Manilow voice regimen. You're not having hot tea with honey at night or gargling with Gatorade. Nothing like that to protect the pipes.
Well, you know, when I'm really working hard, I do what you just said. Yeah, I do that, and sometimes it does help. Because you know, I've been working so many years, and I don't know how I still keep able to do this.
I'm knocking on wood for you right now. I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
All right, Barry Manilow in town, Gas South Arena, January 16th. And if you see him dining at the Waffle House before or after the show, Mr. Manilow says go ahead and approach him and say hi. It's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice to talk to you, Mark. Have a happy Christmas and holidays and everything, everybody.
You as well, my friend. We'll see you January 16th.
Great. Bye-bye.
There he is, the legend Barry Manilow, our official musical correspondent. I fanboyed out a little bit. I was very excited to talk to him.
Manilow.
Like, he's well respected, right? I mean, he's got that niche. The Copacabana song is...
If you're still making music after that many decades, there's got to be some respect for it.
Yeah, I love the fact that he never wanted to be a singer. He just wanted to be a musician. In fact, early in his career, and I didn't have time to talk to Barry about this because, he's Barry Manilow. He's got more important things to do than chat with me. He made a lot of money writing and producing commercial jingles for products, and he would often, and I don't know if he still does it, but we'll sing a medley of these jingles that he. So I'm going to play some. This is from a long time ago. Barry Manilow singing jingles that he crafted for commercials.
There's barking at the kitchen, yelling in the hall, ringing at the doorbell, pounding on the wall. Kids out of sight and kids in the way. No time to cook on this hectic day. Come on, come on, come on. Get a bucket of chicken, finger licking good. Have a barrel of fun. Goodbye, ho hum. Say like a good
Neighbor. That's amazing to me.
State Farm is there.
That's crazy. Speaking of State Farm, by the way, if you want to hear all of the jingles, go ahead and just search Barry Manilow jingles. That's from. It's very tough to write jingles, as we found out here on the show. Speaking of State Farm insurance, good news, I guess, for State Farm customers. They are cutting their insurance rates.
Yeah, so the Georgia Insurance and Fire Safety Commissioner, John King, who we've had on the show before, I think.
Absolutely,
he's been on.
yeah.
He said that they've approved State Farm Insurance to cut some rates by an additional 3%, which over the years is like down 10 from a couple years ago, which is going to save your average Georgian that has State Farm about $190 per vehicle. And the reason they're able to do this is because they've really cracked down on insurance fraud. They've done a lot of investigations. And that's what's really been driving up the prices. Like, we think it's all the terrible traffic, holding your hand, phones. We've kind of pointed on that. But they said the number one thing has been insurance fraud. So they've done all these investigations and they realize, oh, okay, this is actually, you're a safer driver than maybe we thought.
Well, that's the thing. Knock on wood. Deborah, you and I are amazing drivers. We've not been in, knock on wood, no crashes, no tickets. We should be paying the bare minimum. Like, we're great insurance risks. Vinny's still young. He just now legally rent a car, which is phenomenal. Have you rented a car yet, Vin? When you turn 25, when I turned 25, I went straight to Enterprise. I'm like, I'd like a car for an hour, please. Have you rented a car yet?
I have not rented a car.
All right.
No,
Yeah, that'd be exciting. I'd like to go with you the first time you rent a car.
Road trip with Vinny.
It's really like your last coming of age experience in adulthood. 16, you can eat lobster and drive. 18, you can vote. 21, you can drink. And then it's like you got to wait 4 years until you can finally legally rent a car.
And then 35, you can run for president.
And then 35, you can run for president, Vin. I would love that. I would love that. All right, 10:18 on the Mark Arum Show. We're going to come back at the latest on the Epstein files. Right now, live at the National Cathedral is Dick Cheney's funeral. The former vice president being laid to rest. All former vice presidents are in attendance, so we'll dip into that coverage after we check the ride around town. Oh, man, it's like a roulette wheel. It's not Mike Shields. It's not Smiling. It is still
Ding,
Smiling.
ding, ding, ding.
Good
Thank
morning,
you, Mark.
Smiling.
Good morning, Mark. We've got construction holding you up eastbound on I-20, trying to get through the work zone. Left lane is lost on I-20 eastbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Little tap of the brakes on the east side perimeter, leaving Highway 78 headed north toward Tucker and I-85. 85 southbound, still a bit slow leaving Georgia 400. Improving but sluggish on the connector north leaving Georgia State Center Park Stadium. This report sponsored by Georgia United Credit Union, ready for a financial partner that puts you first. To discover the difference at Georgia United Credit Union, visit gucu.org/join, insured by NCUA. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Don't be late because you crowdsourced your commute with a navigation app.
This might become a travel advisory. Yeah, they're in 2 left lanes.
Depend on us.
See some delays if they shut that ramp down.
Make sure you get where you need to be on time.
Jam starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street.
Local and dependable traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We had a lot going on this morning through Henry County.
WSB Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Squirrels in your attic are not leaving without a fight. Scott Slade here. You need the Breda Wildlife Guarantee. It covers every entry point, old and new. Other companies only guarantee the entry point they seal. So each time that squirrel chews a new hole, and they will, it'll cost you hundreds more. But under the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, you stay protected at no additional cost.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, every week on the show, we offer folks something we call the Portfolio X-Ray. I was hoping you could walk us through that process and tell us why the information it uncovers is so powerful.
Yeah, so the reason we love doing the Portfolio X-Ray for you is we do that behind the scenes. Everybody's extremely busy. Nobody wants to waste time in traffic. If you call in, we will ask you for some information via the phone. Once you've given us that information, we go to work and we put all the hours in developing the report. And I commit this to you. The Portfolio X-Ray is eye-opening. At least 90+% of the time, we can find 2 or 3 golden nuggets in there that you were not aware of that we can either change in your current portfolio mix for you. It's called a 401k optimizer. Or if we manage the assets for you, we certainly can recommend how to diversify away from some of the troubling points that are exposed during the portfolio x-ray. Once we've got that, then we'll have you in for your initial consultation. We will present the portfolio x-ray to you and walk you through the high points of it. And that's a document that you get to take with you. It's like getting a financial physical. So how many of you avoided going to the doctor for the annual physical last year? You do the same thing with your financial life. You ignore it. You keep pumping money into your 401k. You hope that it's going well, and I can tell you that hope is not a good investment or financial planning strategy. You need to know. So if you want to know, call us.
The Portfolio X-ray is complimentary. Give Hoffman Financial Group a call to schedule yours today. 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
The holidays are here, friends, so let my friends at Publix help you save money by shopping the buy one, get one deals every week. Hey, it's Mark Aaron back with you. BOGOs galore at your neighborhood Publix supermarkets. Check out the BOGO deals before you shop, by the way. Expert tip. You can find the weekly ad online at Publix.com or in the Publix app. My favorite experience at Publix are the BOGOs. Free item must be of equal or lesser value, of course. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
'Tis the season. Have you gotten your flu shot? At All Care, our experienced flu specialists are dedicated to providing comprehensive and personalized care, from vaccines to testing to treatment. And you can walk right in to any of All Care's 15 Atlanta locations and access our unique combination of primary and immediate care under a single roof. For flu season and beyond, say goodbye to waiting for the doctor and say hello to All Care, a proud member of the Piedmont Clinically Integrated Network.
If you're a home builder or a contractor, you know that downtime equals lost money. Dave Baker here. Randall Brothers has your back with the widest selection of building materials in the city, and Randall Brothers gets the right materials to the right place on time so you won't incur downtime. They are pros who can answer your questions and find the right fit for your needs. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no-hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Channel 2 Action News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere, live, to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Channel 2 Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
Do you have an unused vehicle sitting in your driveway? Imagine turning it into a new beginning. When you donate your car, truck, or van to Tommy Nobis Center, you're helping people with disabilities get the training and support they need to enter the workforce and build successful careers. Your vehicle donation fuels real change, giving people a chance to achieve independence and purpose. And it's easy. We'll handle everything from pickup to paperwork. Plus, it's tax deductible. Donate today at TommyNobisCenter.org. Make a difference, one vehicle at a time.
Easily in my top 100 favorite songs, Spirit in the Sky. Happy 83rd birthday, Norman Greenbaum, Jews Nugget. He famously said that this one song got him his Malibu beach house. Yeah, that's it. You write one song.
Need one song.
One song, one commercial jingle. Happy 83rd birthday to Norman Greenbaum. September jobs report in. Employers added 119,000 jobs in September, according to the government's job report, the first since the end of the government shutdown. A big gain from July and August, as we hear from CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The summer months showed a dramatic slowdown in hiring. In June, July, and August, the economy only added an average of 18,000 jobs per month. For the full year, job creation has averaged just 76,000 jobs per month. That's more than half of the 168,000 jobs a month we saw last year.
Unemployment did tick up in September from 4.3 to 4.4%, which is still pretty remarkably low. So some good news in the jobs there. Love this. We got to get George Norrie on, Deborah. Can you reach out to WSB radio host midnight to 5 a.m., George Norrie.
We should be able to get him on.
I want to talk to him about this. It's large, it's fast, and it's blazing through our solar system at 153,000 miles an hour. NASA yesterday released its new telescope images of a massive comet called 3I Atlas.
This is Jim Ryan. The elephant in the room at the beginning of the NASA news conference was internet speculation that 3I Atlas might be an alien spacecraft. The agency's Science Mission Directorate, Nikki Fox, says,
"We certainly haven't seen any techno-signatures or anything from it that would lead us to believe it was anything other than a comet."
A cursory skim across the web suggests that the news conference has not quelled the rumors. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
The fact that that spokeswoman spoke with a British accent just automatically lends credibility. I hear a British accent, I'm like, oh, they're telling me the truth. That's a credible source. Am I alone in that?
Even like a Vinnie Jones accent?
No, like that proper Lady Mary.
Not like Peaky Blinders?
No,
Yeah.
but if you are looking for a spokesperson for your company,
Get a London accent.
yeah,
Not
get
Liverpool.
get a fancy London Lady Edith, Lady Mary, the Queen, Earl of Grantham, because you hear that voice and you're like, oh, they're telling me the truth. It's legit. That's why people love English Nick. He's telling you the truth, giving you the facts. All right, Sabrina's got news, weather, and traffic. Thanksgiving holiday approaching. Travel expert Peter Greenberg live next on the Mark Arum Show.
I'm so excited to hear my son's band play tonight. They've been, be right back. They've been rehearsing, bathroom break. Overactive bladder can mean missing out on life's moments, navigating life around the nearest bathroom instead of the next experience. Medtronic therapies have treated nearly 500,000 people worldwide with bladder or bowel control problems. Let Medtronic show you what's possible. Visit medtronic.com/bladderhelp to learn how.
If you need a furnace, think of Reliable with unbeatable lifetime warranty and only $59.99 a month. It's getting cold out there. Don't be a turkey this Thanksgiving. Hey, it's Mark Arum here. Reliable Heating Air wants to keep you warm and feed you too with free Turkey Tuesday. Every Tuesday leading up to Thanksgiving, listen to my show for your chance to win a free Thanksgiving turkey courtesy of Reliable Heating and Air, the name Atlanta trusts when it's time to turn on the heat. Stay cozy, save energy, and keep your oven and your furnace cooking this holiday season. Visit ReliableAir.com to schedule your furnace check today.
Joel, it's Eric. You know I love to sit in my hot tub in the backyard and watch the stars. It's relaxing. And right now, the Georgia Spa Company is having its pre-Black Friday sale. You can shop early for the best selection, save up to 30% off hot tubs, saunas, swim spas, and those cold plunges that are all the rage these days on the socials. 9 locations across Georgia. There's a Georgia Spa Company near you. Don't wait. The deals aren't going to last. Visit GeorgiaSpaCompany.com today.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Sell your home with Mark Spain Real Estate and get the strongest cash offer in the industry. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 10:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by your Metro Atlanta AMCO dealers. Let's start with your money. The jobs report for September is out. Jim Ryan has a look at the numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Total non-farm employment edged up by 119,000 in September, showing little change since April. The unemployment rate rose to 4.4%. A simultaneous but separate Labor Department report shows weekly jobless claims falling by 8,000 to $220,000 altogether.
And the market's liking the news this morning. We're in the green. The Dow's up more than 1.5%. NASDAQ's up more than 2%. And the S&P's up almost 2%. All right, your weather for today, according to Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz, partly to mostly cloudy and a high of 78. You'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in about 2 minutes. We now know what caused all the major delays this morning. Update on that accident we were covering in Atlanta's Morning News near I-285 and Buford Highway. Doraville police telling us it was a wrong-way driver who entered the exit ramp to the interstate, hitting one car, and then that driver just kept going the wrong way, getting onto the interstate and hitting a second car. The people in that second car all taken to Grady Hospital. One of them later died. One person inside the wrong-way vehicle died. And we have now talked to the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office. Bianca Lovelace is Director of Operations there. She tells us
the Medical Examiner's Office will be responsible for examining the two fatalities, determining their cause and manner of death, and confirming identification.
And again, police have not said what caused that car to drive in the wrong direction in the first place, the accident causing major traffic backups on the interstate. As we told you earlier, this could be a very bad year for flu. There has been a new strain of the virus that's surging around the world, and Dr. Jean Lepuc says even though this year's vaccine does not include this strain, it will still give you some protection.
If we knew there was a mismatch, say, in July, we could pivot. Yeah. We could make new batch of vaccine. However, we don't have that right now.
But again, he does say that the current vaccine will help curb any symptoms should you catch flu. Some sobering news this morning about our teenagers here in Georgia. It's a story that's all new here at 10:30. Georgia ranking #1 for the most overweight teens in the nation. That according to WalletHub's rankings of the most overweight and obese states in America.
#1 in the share of overweight teenagers at almost 19%. Yeah, that's a real concern.
A real concern. WalletHub's Chip Lupo saying overall, Georgia ranks 17th on this list. McAllen, Texas, ranking #1 for the most overweight and obese population. Asheville, North Carolina on the other end. In all, nearly 42% of U.S. adults are considered obese. And teaching your kids to count on their fingers is good.
We count 1, 2.
A new study from the American Psychological Association finds children who count on their fingers between the ages of 4 and 6.5 have better addition skills by the age of 7 than children who don't use their fingers to count. Researchers say this shows that finger counting is important when it comes to higher math skills. Let's take a look at the markets again. We're in the green. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P all in positive territory. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and we say good morning to Alex Williams. He has a look at your roads.
Hey, good morning, Sabrina. Watching a slow ride out into Lithonia right now. It's due to that left lane construction in DeKalb, I-20 eastbound, Panola Road exit number 71, so just be mindful of that. On the south side, 75 southbound, some brake lights through Stockbridge, Highway 138 down to Hudson Bridge Road, and some trouble just cleared on the 285 westbound ramp to I-75 northbound in Cobb County. Some leftover volume behind it from New Northside Drive, Powers Ferry Road, exit 22, but that should start to improve as you come out of Sandy Springs, making that drive over toward Truist Park. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Partly to mostly cloudy, 78 near the record high of 79 this afternoon. A few stray showers possible. Dry Friday morning, low 61, 77 in the afternoon, ties the record high. We'll have some showers moving in Friday afternoon and evening, continuing into Saturday morning.
It is 66 degrees in Sandy Springs, 67 in Riverdale. Dallas, you have 66 degrees with cloudy skies. More news at 11 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
WSB is your home of the Dogs.
Back to pass, Stockton out of the shotgun.
This week, #4 Georgia welcomes Charlotte to Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium.
Slings it, caught, touchdown #2.
Pregame begins at 8:45 Saturday morning.
In the right corner, just beyond the front right pylon.
Only on your home of the Dogs, 95.5 WSB.
In your face again, says Noah Thomas.
Brought to you in part by Hoffman Financial Group, official partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
People get all the facts, which is what should happen. We should have total transparency.
Republican Senator from Mizzou, Josh Hawley, commenting on the Epstein list and files. We'll continue our team coverage, but coming up next, Peter Greenberg, the travel expert, live in 2 minutes on the Mark Arum Show.
You've thought about assisted living for your parents, but maybe the right answer is renovating your home and having mom or dad move in. I'm Richard, Chief Architect at Sketch House, where we create custom architectural drawings for homeowners looking to remodel. Why get drawings first? You'll know what's possible. You'll be able to get pricing and compare builders apples to apples, and builders love drawings. You'll get bumped to the top of their list with drawings in hand. Let Sketch House help you make a decision about your aging parents at a fixed price. Visit sketchhouse.com. That's sketch, HAUS.com.
Does this sound like you, where every step or reach is a reminder of what hurts, a reminder of what you're not able to do and how far you've drifted from the life you used to have when you didn't feel that pain? Good news for you, because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. What if it could come from you? It's Mark Aaron from my pals at QC Kinetics, where they tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to their heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. A great time to book your free consultation. So call QC Kinetics today. 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026. Locations in Decatur, Lawrenceville, Sandy Springs, Marietta, Stockbridge, and Douglasville.
Picture it, your holiday table. The family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Grade A frozen Butterball whole turkeys are 99 cents a pound with your card and additional $25 purchase. Limit 2. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fixin' Show.
59 years ago today, the original version of the musical Cabaret opened on Broadway. That's Joel Grey. Played the MC and ushered the musical theater into a whole new world. Joel Grey, for me, The Adventures of Remo Williams, which could not be made as Joel Grey was cast in that, as he was playing, he's a white dude, and he was playing a Korean, Asian martial arts expert. You can't do that right now. You can't cast Matthew McConaughey as a Korean in a movie, as a martial arts expert. Anyway, speaking of music, this is phenomenal. I can't wait till the album drops. Peter Greenberg apparently recorded an album in Tahiti. He joins us live on the Mark Arum Show. Peter, tell us about your forthcoming Tahitian album.
Well, actually, it's not the album, but we went to islands that only have maybe 400 to 500 people on the entire island. And we immersed ourselves very deeply into the island culture. And what you saw on our website was a little bit of video that we did with, this is not a touristic dance. This is exactly how they live their lives. And they invited me in to participate, and I somehow survived.
I saw it on Instagram. Follow Peter on Instagram, obviously. And you were playing the drums with your friends from Tahiti.
I was, and that'll all be part of our show called Hidden Tahiti that'll premiere early next year on PBS.
Very exciting, very excited. Peter, thanks for joining us as we bump up to the Thanksgiving holiday. Before we get to Thanksgiving travel, I got to ask you, we've been covering the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Group moving into the Caribbean, north of Venezuela. We don't have to get into the politics of what's going on there with the narco boat attacks. But my one of my initial questions was, like, could this impact the cruise industry? Because you've got Aruba and Curacao and Trinidad and Tobago. Is the cruise industry reacting to what's going on militarily in the Caribbean?
They're not, because we don't have a situation of piracy there like we did off the coast of Somalia. So the cruise industry is certainly aware of it. They're in communication with all the vessels at sea there, certainly the U.S. Navy, and everybody knows where they are because of their satellite positioning system. So for the moment, it's impacted none of the ports or none of the countries.
So this just give the carrier group a wide berth, I guess, is what the ship captains are doing on the cruise ships?
Well, you have to give them a wide berth anyway, because under naval law, you cannot get much closer to an aircraft carrier than about a half a mile. So right now, everybody's enforcing that, and it's not a problem.
I had the idea that the cruise industry could use this to their benefit and start selling cruise packages like, hey, you're going to see the U.S. Carrier Group. If you book with us on Caribbean, we're going to go right by it, and you get to see the world's biggest aircraft carrier.
Well, it redefines the words shore excursion, so let's not go there.
All right, fair enough. Peter, all right, Thanksgiving travel holiday. I've never really traveled on Thanksgiving. I have pre-PTSD because I don't want to drive on the roads. My experience as a traffic reporter, I know it's such a horrible, horrible situation. I don't want to fly with the nightmares at the airports. This Thanksgiving, scarier on the roads or in the sky, do you think?
Scary on the roads, and I'll tell you why. Because during the government shutdown, the research came back that about 46% of those surveyed said they had either postponed or canceled their Thanksgiving flights. But of that, 26% said they were still going to go, but they were driving. So all those AAA figures that you're seeing about how many Americans are going to be on the road over the Thanksgiving holiday period need to be revised upwards. And for those people who are driving, I hope you got out of town today and tomorrow and not waiting until next week. Yeah. But on the way back, the real problem, Mark, is November 30th. That's Sunday after Thanksgiving. That's going to be the worst day of traffic for both airlines and road warriors that we have for the whole year.
All right, I'm circling November. I'm not leaving my house on November 30th. So let's start with the best times to travel on the roads on Thanksgiving. What's a good window and going, and what's a good window coming back?
Well, the good window going for any of these days is you want to leave, we talk about early in the morning. I'm talking about very early in the morning. Leave around 2 in the morning if you got a 6-hour drive or more, and you'll get to where you go before the crazy rush hour. And then if you possibly can, either come back on the Friday after Thanksgiving when everybody else is online for the Black Friday deal.
Oh, okay.
Or you come back on the Wednesday after that weekend. Monday and Tuesday are still going to be tough.
So my father-in-law is driving up for Thanksgiving, so I know he listens. And he does that 2 a.m. departure out of St. Petersburg, Florida. He's I think Sunday at 2 a.m. This Sunday 2 a.m. he's going to start heading up. So he knows what he's doing there. And then the worst times then are the Wednesday, I guess, before Thanksgiving is probably a rough one.
Yeah, Wednesday before Thanksgiving is the reason why they did the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You do not want to do that. And, of course, we always thought that was the worst day, but not this year. The worst day will be the Sunday. Those are the 2 bad days, Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, and, of course, the 30th on that Sunday.
Got it. Now, you mentioned, folks are panicking about air travel. I famously canceled my New York trip for my wife's wedding last weekend. With so many folks not flying the friendly skies for Thanksgiving, maybe it's a chance to sneak in, get a deal, or have a less stressful Thanksgiving if you fly instead of drive.
Well, you're not going to see too many deals right now during Thanksgiving, but you're going to see huge price drops following Thanksgiving. In the industry, it's called the dead week. It's the week after Thanksgiving when people are just recovering from their family get-together. And the other dead week to look for low fares is after January 3rd. That week, again, these are the 2 dead weeks of the year where nobody's traveling except smart people like you and me.
There you go. Travel expert Peter Greenberg joining us live at the Mark Arum Show. I know you're a nomad, right? You are the definition of a nomad. Is Thanksgiving a holiday where you're like, I always want to be home for Thanksgiving?
Okay, I'm going to anger some people when I tell you that my definition of Thanksgiving, it's an obligatory dysfunctional family get-together.
Oh, we can relate to that.
And
Peter.
So what I do is if I'm going to go back, I leave at 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning.
Okay.
I get to where I need to go in time to carve the turkey and have all my relatives push my button. And then early Friday morning, where they're getting in line to go do their Black Friday deals, I'm flying on the one day during the holiday that nobody's flying, the Friday after Thanksgiving. I've satisfied my family obligations. I'm back home, and then I can watch as much bad football as I want.
And is that the plan this year, or are you going to be out of the country?
I will be in a very big Thanksgiving location. I'm going to be in Bucharest in Romania.
Oh, fantastic. Can you get turkey and stuffing in Bucharest?
I don't want turkey or stuffing anywhere.
Fair enough. Peter, safe travels. Happy Thanksgiving. So Peter's joining us this week because, normally he joins us on Thursdays, and we're not going to be live Thursday. So I appreciate you accommodating us. Watch Peter on PBS. Follow him on social medias. Get his newsletter. Peter, a safe Thanksgiving, and from all of us, we're very thankful for having you as a resource, my friend.
And right back at you, Mark. Have a great holiday.
There you go. Peter Greenberg. All right, 2 a.m. So that's what my dad does. He leaves
I'm up at that time anyway.
You are.
Yeah.
He leaves St. Pete at like 2 in the morning and then gets here in time for, a brunch with us. So he's smart. He knows when to do that. The Friday, I always assume the Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday would be a tough travel day, but I guess that makes sense that everyone's doing their shopping and everyone's doing that. It might be a good time to travel. Speaking of Black Friday, Deborah, experts predict that we are going to spend how much doing Black Friday shopping this year?
Now, this is interesting. People are expected to spend $5 billion on Black Friday, but not overall. That means just while they're at work. So, like, we all have to work Black Friday, right?
Who's all?
Us. Everybody here
but
except you.
Everybody whose name is on the show?
Yeah, everybody but you will be here on Black Friday, and since most other people won't, tends to be one of those days where we get a little distracted on social media and everything. And yeah, I'm probably going to buy something on Black Friday, just as a bunch of other people are, because that's when a bunch of big deals drop. About $169 per person will be spent on Black Friday.
$5 billion total. Speaking of Black Friday, Clark Howard's going to join us next week to preview Black Friday. What should we do and not do when it comes to Black Friday shopping? So another invaluable resource there is Clark Howard. All right, 4 living former vice presidents currently attending Dick Cheney's funeral. Deborah, during the news break, you and I are trying to do the math on who is there. So we got Vice President Harris is there. These are all former Vice President Pence, former Vice President Al Gore, and the only 2 other former vice presidents, they were also president, though. Oh, no, Bush was not a vice president.
Bush is, yeah.
No, Bush was president. Cheney was his vice president.
But Bush
his dad,
is speaking. Yeah,
Bush is speaking.
Other Bush.
And so who's the other, is it Biden would be the only other
Biden's
living?
the only other person that we could think of, because they said Vance will not
Is
be
he?
there.
Oh, he is there. All right, so the 4 living former vice presidents. We got a picture of them right now. Harris, Pence, Biden, and Al Gore. And former President George Bush is going to speak at the funeral. High level of cattiness. I don't know what you want to call it, but President Trump, Vice President Vance, not invited. Not invited by the Cheneys. Obviously, there was, some bad blood between there. I wonder if Pence crashes it. Vance crashes it. It's like, hey, I was just driving by what's going on?
I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was just driving by. I saw the limousines here. Well, anyway, I'm not going to judge. You're burying your dad. You invite who you want. But, so the 4 former living vice presidents and former President Bush all at the funeral there for former Vice President Dick Cheney. 1047 on the Mark Arum Show. Going to get back to our top local stories, but first and foremost, we got to say hello and good morning to Alex Williams.
Hey, good morning, Mark. Watching some slow traffic on 20 eastbound out toward the mall at Stonecrest and Lithonia. It's due to that left lane construction on I-20 eastbound at Panola Road, exit number 71. Once you get out toward Covington, there's some more construction as you pass Alman Road, causing a slow zone there. Elsewhere downtown, crash still off to the right, 7585 northbound before University Avenue, exit 244, and a very brief tap of the brakes southbound through Midtown from 17th Street to North Avenue. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
Everyone has an opinion.
I've had some great Mondays. I'm having a good Monday right now. Look, it's beautiful outside.
Got that nice loud shirt.
Eric Von Hessler has an opinion.
It's a citrusy, summery, I think breezy kind of shirt.
And some advice.
But just remember this.
Eric Von Hessler, today at 3.
I never have and never will smoke a cigar.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers with my dad, Mike. Dad, why are we always talking about Christmas before Thanksgiving?
Because now is when you start thinking about those seriously special Christmas gifts. Whether it's a custom birthstone pendant or that one-of-a-kind dream engagement ring, our jewelers can make something you can't find anywhere.
From timeless pearl strands for $135 to gold and diamond hoops for $13.95, buying now gives you time for 0% APR financing or free layaway at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
2 homes, same street, same layout, but one had an orchard sign and sold for a whole lot more. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler, and here's why that matters. The first seller went the traditional route. Weeks of showings, price drops, frustration. In the end, they settled for less. The second seller chose Orchard and got ahead. Their agent knew what buyers wanted, made smart upgrades, and marketed the home like a pro. It's sold fast and for top dollar. And here's the kicker. With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, that seller had already moved into their new place before the old one even hit the market. No last-minute cleanings, no strangers walking through during dinner, no stress. You're not stuck. You don't have to wait. You can move now and still sell for more. Start your free home valuation today at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
We're hiring at A1 Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at a1garage.com/careers.
A1garage.com. A1 from day one.
You know, every year there's that one house on the street that looks amazing. Well, this year it is mine. I'm Chris Chandler. Wise Guys Pro Wash keeps my home clean. Now they make it shine this holiday season. They install lights along my roof line so cleanly that even in daylight you barely notice them. Till I'm ready to plug them in, the whole house lights up then. Wise Guys Lights handles everything. Install, maintenance, and takedown. And right now, first-time customers who mention me, Chris Chandler, save $150 when installed. Spots are filling fast. Don't wait. Book now at wiseguyslights.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-2798. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-2798. That's 800-575-2798. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
10:52 on the Mark Arum Show. Baseball nerd Mark Arum, very excited here, coming back to Fogarty Center Field. One of the most famous third basemen in baseball history joining us live on the show, Roger Dorn, a.k.a. Corbin Burnson. Mr. Burnson, good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks. I thought you were about to introduce Greg Nettles.
Also one of the greatest third basemen of all time. Before we get to your current endeavor, which
my favorite, but that's
did you grow up a Yankees fan like I did?
No, I just think he was just remarkable. I mean, there's no ball I ever saw get past him, even foul balls. You know,
he was a vacuum over
I'll tell you something interesting. I sort of based Roger Dorn a little bit in that kind of fielding, you know, where unfortunately I couldn't quite dive quite the same, but I just so respect. I mean, there was nothing that got past that guy.
So you were a Nettles fan, but you're from the West Coast. What was your team growing up?
Dodgers.
Oh, well, congratulations. Congrats for having the greatest team ever assembled.
Yeah, no, it's now, people go, oh, like I wear my Dodger hat, and people go, oh, you're fair. I go, no, I have a Dodger hat, man. I'm a Dodger. I'm not a big guy wearing jerseys of every, I'm not that guy, but I do have my Dodger blue, and it's like all things. It's, I used to go to Dodger games with my dad. I realized how old I was the other day. I went to a Dodgers game when they played at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum while they were still building what is now
Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, Chavez Ravine.
Wow.
Stadium. And I realized that's right after they just left Brooklyn. My God.
Wow.
I'm that old.
I think you just told us how old you are. But listen, you're forever Roger Dorn. As a baseball fanatic, loved the movies, the Major League movies, loved your performance in that. But you are here to talk about your new movie, The Bedlam, available now on demand. And I love that you're starring with Patricia Heaton, who we've had on the show a bunch. Love her.
Yeah, she's great. Correction on the pronunciation. I know it's a bit tough.
Beldam.
I want people to get it right. The Beldam, not the Bedlam. I mean, believe me, it takes every ounce of my being to say it correctly.
That's my dyslexia coming in right there. The
Beldam. Well, watch the movie and you'll see what the Beldam is right at the beginning. There's an explanation of it. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful psychological thriller from a first-time director who wrote it. And Patricia's in it, who sort of goes back to my era of, being on TV, and a wonderful, wonderful actress. And people don't know much about Katy Perry. What am I saying? People go back and learn about Katie Parker.
Yes.
And just a not your typical jump out of your seat horror movie, but one that makes you think a little bit about life and about motherhood and folklore and stories we tell, and also perception for anybody who's a little bit older about what might be going on in this movie might be a reflection of aging. That's all I can say about that.
We're there, my friend. We are absolutely there. It's called The Beldam, available now on demand. So if my producer's telling me the truth, you live in the Hudson Valley in New York?
That's true.
I went to college
at New York.
I went to college at Marist College in Poughkeepsie.
Oh,
and I played.
It's one of our train stations.
I played Division I baseball. Going back to baseball at Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't get to go up this year and check the foliage out, but I hope it was wonderful in the Hudson Valley.
Let me tell you something. It was crazy this year. It was insane. I've send pictures to people. They go, "You've altered that picture." No, I haven't. It was one of those weird seasons where it's like, wow, just unbelievable.
And where again do you live in the Hudson Valley? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Up near Hudson.
Okay.
Actually,
all right.
Hudson.
So next October, I'm crashing with you to see the foliage at the Birds
you
in
can
the
do
State.
it, man. You can do it.
Corbin.
You're here. I'm here. It's here. House is open.
I'm a fantastic fan. Good luck with the movie. Thanks so much for your time. The Beldam. Just use your Xfinity voice remote and say The Beldam, and you will be taken right to it. We're going to take you to the UN next, live on The Mark Arum Show.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join Medi-Share and save even more than usual. For many families, joining Medi-Share means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, Medi-Share members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. Medi-Share has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 30th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Going to give you a website address that could literally change your life. Not joking here. It could change your life. AdvancedHair.com. AdvancedHair.com. Go to the before and after pictures and your jaws will drop. Amazing performances consistently done on the daily from my friends at Advanced Hair. Hey, it's Mark Arum back with you. Quick, simple, one-day treatment and your real hair begins to regrow the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow for life. That's the amazing work being done right now at Advanced Hair. If you want to get your hair back, now's the time, and Advanced Hair's the place. But first, it takes a free consultation. Schedule now, 470-660-HAIR or AdvancedHair.com, and if you move forward, you get $250 off plus 250 free grafts. One-day treatment, life-changing results, your own natural hair guaranteed to grow, and trust me, check out the before and after pictures. Stunning work. AdvancedHair.com, AdvancedHair.com.
It's time to renovate your home and you've got designs in your head, but will they pass code? Hire Sketchhouse Architects before you call a builder to make sure your design is up to code and zoning compliant. Hi, I'm Richard Taylor, architect at Sketchhouse. We're going to make this easy to get your ideas on paper, and Sketchhouse will connect you with multiple builders to bid on your job through the Sketchhouse Builders Network. You're going to save thousands of dollars with Sketchhouse Architects. We're going to make this easy for you. Go to sketchhouse.com. That's sketch, H-A-U-S, sketchhouse.com.
news, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 11 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by the Next Generation Xfinity 10G network. Happening right now. Former Vice President Dick Cheney's funeral getting underway. It's being held at Washington National Cathedral. Andrea Mitchell has more on the life of the nation's 46th Vice President.
At just 34, Cheney became President Gerald Ford's chief of staff, the youngest person to hold that job. Later, he was elected to Congress and suffered the first of several heart attacks. After a tour as defense secretary during the first Gulf War, Cheney's greatest influence came during his time as VP.
And as we've been watching a feed from the funeral, several high-profile political figures are attending the service. We have seen former Vice President Kamala Harris, Vice President Mike Pence, former Vice President Al Gore, Democrat Nancy Pelosi, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, all there. Former President George W. Bush, who Cheney served for 2 terms, will offer a tribute during the service. Cheney died earlier this month at the age of 84 due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. Your weather for today, partly to mostly cloudy and warm. Highs around 78, says Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. 2 people are killed after a wrong-way driver causes a pair of wrecks in Doraville this morning.
The collisions leave traffic backed up for hours along I-285. The Doraville Police Department says it started when the wrong-way driver entered the 285 exit ramp from Buford Highway, hitting one vehicle. The driver then continued and got on the interstate, still driving the wrong direction. That's where the second collision happened. The passengers inside that second car were taken to Grady Hospital. One of them died. Police say one person inside the wrong-way vehicle also died. No word on what initially led the car to drive the wrong way. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Cobb County Commissioners will vote tonight on an ordinance addressing homeless encampments in the county. The measure would allow Cobb police officers to remove encampments from private property even without the owner's permission. Commissioner Joanne Burrell telling WSB,
I just think it will help our police be more compassionate, but also more resources for them to try to combat this problem.
Advocates say the effort is about safety. The vote scheduled for tonight's 6 o'clock meeting. Improvements to Fulton County's embattled jail could be paid for by a property tax hike being proposed.
Under the plan, property taxes would increase an average $156 a year for a Fulton County home valued at $400,000. That would amount to $32 million next year for consent decree expenses that the county commission approves. The decree took effect after a DOJ investigation found conditions at the jail were unconstitutional and deplorable. The proposal also calls for cuts to all department and agency budgets by 1% to fund more staffing at the jail. Some commissioners complain the proposal is confusing. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
All right, this is new at 11 o'clock. After working inside the FBI's Los Angeles office for 16 years, David Maltinsky has been fired. He claims he was fired illegally for displaying a gay pride flag in his workspace and has filed a federal lawsuit now. In an exclusive interview with CBS News about his firing, here's what he said.
We're not intimidated. We're here. We're here to work, and we're not going anywhere.
The FBI had no comment regarding Maltinsky's lawsuit. And new this hour, the TSA is looking at charging a fee now to those who travel without a real ID. The fee would cover additional biometric screening that the traveler would have to have in order to get past security checkpoints. Jay O'Brien has more.
A real ID is either a state-issued driver's license or another form of valid government identification that's gone through federal security standards. It usually has a star in the corner of the license to denote that. The TSA calling this just the latest step in real ID compliance, something that they've been trying to do for decades. This law was signed more than 20 years ago.
And he says the fee of $18 would be valid for 10 days and would go into effect next year. Let's take a look at the markets. The Dow's up more than a full percent, NASDAQ's up almost 2%, and the S&P's up almost 1.5%. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams joining us now with a look at your roads.
Hey, Sabrina, still watching that slow zone out toward Lithonia with a left lane construction. 20 eastbound Panola Road, exit number 71. 75 northbound between Marietta and Kennesaw. A few brake lights between North Marietta Parkway and Chastain Road. And 285 north, the outer loop over on the east side. That's also getting a little slow. Going to check on that. And Tucker from Lawrenceville Highway up toward I-85. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Mix of sun and clouds and 78 this afternoon, headed to 61. Dry Friday morning, a warm start to another warm day. 77 Friday afternoon, showers moving in through the afternoon and evening hours. A few rumbles of thunder late Friday night.
And in Smyrna, it is 67 degrees right now. Covington, you have 68, and it is 67 in Swanee. We'll have more news at 11:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
I'll run this town to be near you.
11:05 on this thankful Thursday. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show with you till noon. Eric Erickson, noon to 3 here on the Nifty 750. Coming up in 30 minutes, Deborah's got tickets to see Lady A at Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. Speaking of thankful, the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive, the annual Triple Team Traffic Food Drive, this Friday, November 21st, 9 a.m. to noon at the Publix in Alpharetta. 11,800 Haynes Bridge Road. We'll be doing live drop-ins there, Deborah. We'll have the traffic team calling into the show and let us know how it's going. And extra incentive, the first 25 people that drop off a frozen turkey to the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive will receive what, Deborah?
Ooh, first 25 people with the frozen turkey will get tickets to go see Cirque du Soleil's Lucia show.
Yeah, if you are looking for an inexpensive date for you and Mrs. Longoria, you drop off a frozen, not saying you could date Mrs. Longoria, but you drop off a frozen turkey and you get 2 tickets to see Cirque du Soleil at Atlantic Station. That's cool. Items that they're collecting at the food drive, obviously frozen turkeys, box stuffing, box mashed potatoes, cranberry juice, all of these are canned. Canned green beans, canned sweet potatoes, gross, canned corn. You can also donate online if you can't make it out to the food drive at acfb.org. That's coming up this Friday, 9 a.m. to noon on 95.5 WSB. Monitoring the funeral for former Vice President Dick Cheney, ongoing right now at the National Cathedral in D.C. We're going to go from D.C. up to NYC. Joining us live from the United Nations, our good friend Pamela Falk. Pamela, good morning. Hope you are well, my friend.
Yeah, very well. Good morning, Mark. Yes, I'm going to drop off one of those turkeys. I would drop off if I were in town.
You got to deal with enough turkeys up there at the UN.
Exactly. And thank goodness the UN is closed on Thanksgiving, even though it wouldn't otherwise be a global holiday. Former Secretary General Ban Ki-moon made U.S. holidays here. So I'll be eating my turkey and my cranberry sauce and everything else.
Fantastic. The big news recently out of the UN, the peace plan for Gaza. What do we know about the plan, and what did the Security Council decide?
Well, it's a major breakthrough, and that there are even stories by somewhat right-wing organizations and news organizations that are saying even the New York Times covers it as a major breakthrough. So this was right and left and MAGA and not MAGA, all saying it was a major breakthrough. And for the UN, it's good news because it puts the UN right in the middle of this peace plan, and getting Arab and Muslim countries on board with the peace plan, keeping Israel and Palestinian leaders from opposing it and avoiding the veto of Russia and China. Unbelievable diplomatic breakthrough for the Trump administration. So there's still a lot to be done. It establishes an international stabilization force. That means a military force. They're looking at maybe Azerbaijan and Indonesia to deploy to Gaza. That may start as early as January. Yeah. And then a board of peace, which oversees the governance of Gaza, and Trump is chairing it. So getting support for that around the world was truly amazing. Now, that said, there have been some Israeli strikes. They're losing patience with Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas resistance to disarming. So a lot to do ahead, but it was a breakthrough.
Yeah, and you mentioned no vetoes from Russia and China. They just didn't vote, though, right? They didn't vote for this plan.
Exactly. They abstained. Russia and China abstained, but it still provides, and by abstaining, it is adopted, allowing it to be adopted. They could have easily vetoed it, and that would have meant it didn't go through. The the 5 permanent members can stop anything. And the Security Council does have a mandate, so which is legally binding. So that provides a mandate for the Trump administration to move past the ceasefire to rebuild Gaza after 2 years of war. So that also, it was the plan that got the hostages out. There are 2 deceased hostages still there, but they got most of them out. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, this is the Middle East, Mark. So
exactly. But I mean, but at least on the
you can't-
surface, it's phenomenal news. Was it the Peace Council? Is that the name of the organization?
The Board of Peace.
Board of Peace, what President Trump is going to be a part of. Do we know anything about what that board will function and who else might be on that board?
Well, it is still not laid out. And neither is the International Stabilization Force, the ISF, which is supposed to be the military force to deploy. None of that is etched in stone at this moment, so we don't know who would be on the board. But most of the Arab countries that were helping in negotiating this, Qatar and Egypt, all were involved in the talks. So one would think that it would have Muslim countries, Arab countries, and Western countries and European countries on it. But it's sort of still hard to say how that would govern. And the Palestinian Authority is on board, which of course is mainly based in the West Bank. The Hamas does not like it, which is probably good news.
Yes, indeed.
But the basic issue is still disarming Hamas, so it doesn't just start up again.
Pamela Falk joining us live from the United Nations here on the Mark Arum Show. We're deep into the Russia-Ukraine war. America presented Ukraine with a 28-point peace plan drafted with Russia, but without any involvement from the Ukraine or the European Union. I would imagine that's raising some eyebrows at the United Nations.
Absolutely. And there's a Ukraine meeting today at the United Nations in the afternoon here. But it basically was without Ukrainian President Zelensky, and it was somewhat mandated by the United States and Russia. And so there's a lot of pushback, especially from the European Union, that say, no, this isn't the time to pull out of Ukraine and concede so much. The 28 peace plan, point plan envisions a reduction in the number of Ukrainian troops to just 40%, with no corresponding cuts on the Russian side. Ukraine would have to cede a lot of territory in what's basically the Donbas region, and it would include Zaporizhzhia, where that very dangerous nuclear power plant, which is was in Ukrainian territory and is now being overseen by Russia. It's the largest nuclear power plant in Europe and the 10th largest in the world, and it's right in the middle of the war zone. So there's a real need to get some kind of peace plan, but this one really excludes Ukraine, and you're seeing a lot of pushback on that. So it may be an opening gambit, but it's not anywhere near as close as the Middle East one.
Pamela, my perception is that a majority of nations on the globe support Ukraine in this battle against Russia. What countries are on Russia's side in there? I know it's a very basic question, but who has Russia's back right now?
The smaller countries that Russia and Eastern Europe are supportive of Russia. China is supportive of Russia, but they usually go in league in these kind of peace plans because it's not involving China. And so they have a lot of support, but right now it's really up to the United States, or it has been, to supply Ukraine with its defensive ability militarily. And so now Ukraine is looking to Europe. They got planes and some defensive equipment from France. The European Union is saying no to the peace plan. So there's support on both sides, but it's dragged on for so long and decimated much of Ukraine, and a lot of the targets that Russia hits are both energy and residential. So it's a brutal war, and the United States public, we know from Congress, has been very supportive of Ukraine. Part of the problem is there is a bit of a corruption scandal. It hasn't hit the president, but it's one of the gravest crises since the invasion of Russia, of Ukraine, and it involves some of Zelensky's top aides, and so that's sort of making it very difficult for Ukraine to fight this battle, this diplomatic battle. But I think this plan goes too far, at least that's what the European Union, everyone else thinks, in terms of basically being a Russian wish list.
I mean, it's too many concessions for Ukraine. In that. Yeah, it's a non-starter.
Exactly.
Pamela, always love to have you.
Mark, keep your eye. There's climate talks that are failing miserably in Brazil. There's Sudan, there's Syria, there's Venezuela. Well, the UN is back in business for all the wrong reasons, but some of it's moving forward. So thanks for getting
my pleasure.
Updates.
Never a dull day.
I love the prize-winning WSB team. So
yeah, never a dull day at the UN. But at least you have Thanksgiving off, which is phenomenal. That's great news.
Exactly. So happy Thanksgiving, and we'll toast to peace at our Thanksgiving lunch.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Pamela Falk, live at the United Nations. Great update there on the Gaza. I mean, that's phenomenal. That peace plan for Gaza, and the the Board of Peace that President Trump's going to be on. We'll see if we can get long-lasting peace in the Middle East. All right, coming up, we're going to update our top local stories. And I mispronounce words all the time. It's just a function of this. Is there a word that you mispronounce regularly, or you're one of your friends or family members mispronounces it regularly? Think about that. Deborah has the most mispronounced word in the state of Georgia. Spoiler alert, it's not Higginbotham. We'll tell you what it is after we check the ride around town. 11:17, here's Alex Williams.
Hey, Mark, still watching the slow zone out into Lithonia. Left lane construction, 20 eastbound, Panola Road exit 71. Had some trouble 20 westbound in Lithonia just past Evans Mill, but that has since cleared up. 75 southbound through Stockbridge. That's still a slow ride. Highway 138, but it gets much better once you clear Hudson Bridge Road, exit 224. Traffic brought to you by Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola. Georgia Aquarium and World of Coca-Cola have partnered to give you the best of both worlds, all under one special deal. Get your combo tickets at AtlantaIcons.com. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
All the notifications you need.
This story developing in Marietta.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
We're following breaking news in Atlanta.
All in one place.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it today.
Sell your home with Mark Spain Real Estate and get the strongest cash offer in the industry. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Will my hair really grow back? Will you stay with me tonight, Mommy?
By giving today, you can help our kids get the care and treatment they need. Give to Children's for that. Donate today at choa.org/give.
Some friends one time sent my wife and me Omaha steaks for Christmas, and they sent it to our old house. We had moved out of it and not yet sold it. Went to the house. I could smell the steak before I saw it. Didn't know who sent it to me. Called Omaha Steaks. Not only did they send me a brand new package to my house, they told me who had sent it to me so I could send a thank you note. It was incredible customer service. And I've been sending gifts from Omaha Steaks because how great their customer service is ever since. You can get the Sizzle All the Way sale right now, 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com, and you get an extra $35 off with promo code ERICK, E-R-I-C-K, at checkout. You can get incredible options. My wife began her love affair of caramel apple tartlets with that package Omaha Steaks sent to us. You can too. Get the fillets, get the New York strips, omahasteaks.com, 50% off right now, the Sizzle All the Way sale, $35 off extra with promo code ERICK at checkout, minimum order required, omahasteaks.com.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed right here on 95.5 WSB. Well, Chris, as you know, time just keeps on ticking. We're putting another year under our belt, so it seems like a really good time to take stock of our financial lives and put together that plan that's built to last.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
This is Scott Slade, and nothing takes the place of time when it comes to spotting problems with your health, especially cancer. The earlier the better. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging's LDCT body scan can be invaluable, giving you more time for you and your loved ones to take charge of your health. They can detect tumors as early as precancerous virtually anywhere in your body, and aneurysms you may not even know are there. Due to overwhelming demand for a limited time, their $995 core body scan offer has been extended. It's a $2,495 value. Early detection saves lives, and now it's more affordable than ever. Virtual Imaging has gotten such great response to this offer that they've opened up more times in both offices, but appointments will fill up fast, so don't wait. Some minimum requirements may apply. Early detection is your best protection. To schedule your virtual imaging $995 core body scan, call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
You're building a deck or adding a room, that's wonderful. But if you skip hiring an architect trying to save money, well, the builder's going to need drawings anyway. They're going to hire an architect regardless and mark up their fees to you. That's why it's smarter to start your project at Sketchhouse. Hi, I'm Richard Taylor, architect at Sketchhouse. At Sketchhouse, we'll make sure your plans are code and zoning compliant, they'll be creative, and they will look great. You're going to save thousands of dollars with Sketchhouse Architects. We're going to make this easy for you. Go to sketchhouse.com. That's sketch, H-A-U-S, sketchhouse.com.
The holidays are almost here. Let Zerorez help get your home looking its best. Hey, it's Patrick, owner of Zerorez. Right now, when you schedule 3 rooms of carpet cleaning at just $45 a room, we'll clean a hallway for only $1 more. Just mention WSB when you book. That's 3 rooms at $45 each and a hallway for just $1. Schedule today at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Let's build an incredible economic progress. Build on what we've already done, because this will be such a boost when it occurs.
That, of course, former President Joe Biden, who turns 83 years old today. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Former President Biden is currently at the funeral for former Vice President Dick Cheney. Deborah, you and I are officially out of the running for star of the show. We mentioned that the 4, I can't believe we did this. Thanks to Andy, who shot me an email, by the way. We were breaking down the 4 living vice presidents that are at the funeral, and we were like, all right, Kamala Harris and Mike Pence and Al Gore. And then we're like, well, I guess Biden was a former... We forgot about Dan Quayle.
We struggled with Gore, too.
Yeah. But to be fair, I haven't seen...
Yeah, I hadn't seen him on the screen,
Yeah.
so I don't know if he's there.
But Andy and Ella J get star of the show. You and I are out of the running for that. We should. It's Dan
Vice
Quayle.
presidents, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Potato.
Especially after we just finished watching That series on
Death by Lightning.
Yeah, what a great. Anyway,
But when they do one on Dan Quayle, remember.
They should do it. Apologies to the Quayle family. Yes, the fourth living vice president at former Vice President Dick Cheney's funeral going on right now at the National Cathedral in Washington. In fact, they are bringing his flag-draped casket down through the crowd right now. So obviously a solemn moment there. We will monitor that. I teased before the most mispronounced words. It's by state, but I want to know what's the most mispronounced word in the state of Georgia, Deborah.
This is actually, I'm kind of surprised that this word is the most mispronounced one. It's a proper name, like a pronoun, and it's the artist SZA. You know who SZA is, right? Vince definitely knows who SZA is. I feel like in Georgia, people should know how to pronounce SZA, and maybe it's just because it doesn't have any vowels in it. She's a very well-known artist.
Are you trying to pronounce Sizzler?
Sizzler's coming back.
Yeah. All right. That's not what I expected. In Connecticut, do you know how to pronounce this, Deborah? The most mispronounced word?
Soflatelle?
All right. So it's an Italian pastry. Now, growing up in Connecticut, in an Italian town, we called it Sfiadelle.
Oh.
It's my brother's favorite pastry.
Really? Okay.
But I don't know if that's
the Americanization of it. Yeah,
like
it could
gabagool, but we called it Sfiadelle. Wisconsin, your home state, Deborah. What is the most mispronounced word in Wisconsin?
Oh gosh, in Wisconsin we can't say the word punchki, which is weird because there's a Polish community there. So you think that
I
they
look
would
at the
say
word.
it?
I see Pakski.
But it's also a pastry. And I only know this because there's a Polish community in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah, it's punchki.
Punchki.
Yeah.
Any Polish listeners? We'd love to sample punchkis if you want to send
And make
some.
sure that's correct too, because again, it could be
wrong.
Midwesternized.
Allegedly, Longoria is from Texas. What's the? I can't forget this.
Staphylococcal, like the infection.
That's
yes, staphylococcal.
That's the
That's
word
the
we
word
have.
you
most
can't say.
mispronounced word. Rhode Island, it's Worcestershire sauce.
That makes sense. No one says that
Or
correctly.
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
This is crazy. North Carolina, Raleigh.
I know, right? You
Raleigh.
can't say your own city.
Most mispronounced word in New York, tzatziki, another delicious sauce. In New Hampshire, I mispronounce this to this day because I grew up the delicious Greek sandwich, the gyro. It's gyro.
Yeah, gyro.
Apologies to Jared Yamamoto's beautiful wife if she's listening. I can't. I grew up. It was a gyro. I want a gyro, not a gyro. All right, 11:27 on the Mark Arum Show. 3 minutes away from news, weather, and traffic. When we come back, been talking a lot about the energy use of data centers here in the Metro Atlanta area. Could we see power outages this winter? Oof. We'll go in depth next on the Mark Arum Show.
Hey, it's Robbie with Ben Hill Renovations, the preferred deck experts of the Home Fix-It Show. Whether it's a new deck, roof replacement, fresh siding, or energy-efficient windows, you deserve a team that does things the right way from start to finish. We're fully licensed and insured with over 60 years of award-winning craftsmanship, all backed by our Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. And right now, build your dream with no payments and zero interest for a year. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
At Castile Heating and Cooling, we know the holidays bring joy, laughter, and lots of people messing with the thermostat. Uncle Steve visiting from out west wants the heat cranked way up, and all the roughhousing little cousins want it Arctic. Castile will keep your HVAC system running strong all season long with expert installation and same-day emergency service. And right now, get up to $5,000 off a new HVAC system install, plus flexible financing available on installs and major repairs. Book CastileAir.com today.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. My dad, Mike. Dad, what's the all-time best Christmas gift?
Diamond studs. Everybody needs a pair.
And ours don't break the bank. Real diamonds set in gold from just $275. And with D. Geller & Son's lifetime upgrade, get 100% of what you paid towards a bigger pair anytime for life.
We also have diamond jackets for $5.95 that go around the studs to instantly change the look.
So come spend the holidays with the experts at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Hi, I'm Deborah Morton, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate, right here on 95.5 WSB. Each Saturday, my show covers Atlanta's housing market and all things real estate. Reach out to me for trustworthy residential real estate advice. My team and I at The Agency Atlanta have something amazing for you. The Agency Atlanta's Home Report Card, a free, customized analysis on your home, a secret weapon to get more when the time comes to sell. Know your home's strengths and weaknesses, how your home stacks up against your competition, and when you are most likely to get top dollar. You'll know how to bring your grade up to an A+ and net more money when it's time to move. So if selling your home has even crossed your mind, let me send you the Agency Atlanta's free home report card. This is invaluable information and it's free. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com today to connect with us at the Agency Atlanta. That's InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
Breda guarantees your termite protection and will lock in your rate for 10 years. Breda is also proud to sponsor Scotts Lakes, Georgia, every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 11:30. Good morning. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by Main Street Auto, happening right now. The funeral for former Vice President Dick Cheney is underway in Washington. Former Presidents Joe Biden, George W. Bush, as well as former Vice Presidents Kamala Harris, Mike Pence, Al Gore, and others attending at Washington National Cathedral. The White House confirming President Trump and Vice President Vance were not invited. The Cheney family critical of Trump and campaigned with Kamala Harris. The nation's 46th vice president served during the Bush administration and died earlier this month at the age of 84. Your weather for today, according to Channel 2 Action News meteorologist Brad Nitz, partly to mostly cloudy and warm. Afternoon highs around 78. He'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a matter of minutes. 2 people killed after 2 separate crashes involving a wrong-way driver on I-285 near Buford Highway this morning. It resulted in backups that snarled the morning drive for many commuters. Bianca Lovelace says the medical examiner should have more details later today.
The medical examiner's office will be responsible for examining the 2 fatalities, determining their cause and manner of death, and confirming identification.
And Dorville police say that a driver entered the interstate from Buford Highway going the wrong way up the exit ramp, colliding with one car and then continuing on and hitting another vehicle. One occupant of the vehicle going the wrong way was killed, as was someone in that second car that was hit. The police investigating now the incident, and that investigation is ongoing. Kia this morning recalling 250,000 cars over a fuel tank issue. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the fuel tanks on some Kia K5 sedans can melt. The cars from 2021 through 2024 could have a damaged valve that lets air into their fuel tanks, causing the tanks to expand and contact hot exhaust components, melting the tanks, and that increases the risk of a fire. Drivers might notice a popping sound from the fuel tank area, or the check engine light may come on. Kia dealers will replace the valves free of charge. Well, now that the president has agreed to release the Epstein files, what's next? Karen Travers reports more on what might or might not be made public.
The bill includes exceptions, including a provision to withhold files they determine would jeopardize an active federal investigation or prosecution. A notable caveat, given Trump recently ordered an investigation into Epstein's relationships with prominent Democrats. But Trump ordering that probe after Bondi herself closed the Epstein investigation back in July, insisting there was no there, that the administration found no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
And now the economy. The economy added more jobs than expected in September, and that's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics report, which was out this morning. It shows around 119,000 jobs were added. That's up from around 4,000 jobs lost in August. The unemployment rate came in at around 4.4%, which is the highest it's been since October of 2021. The report comes after the government announcing it will not be publishing its October jobs report due to the lengthy shutdown. Let's take a look at the markets. We are in positive territory. The Dow's up more than 0.5%, Nasdaq's up almost a full percent, and the S&P's up more than 0.5%. It's 11:33. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Not too bad out there on this Thursday, almost afternoon, Sabrina. We are still watching watching that left lane construction, though, into DeKalb, I-20 eastbound, Panola Road, exit 71, then a little bit more construction further out toward Covington and a couple of left lanes, 20 eastbound as you pass Alman Road, exit number 88. 285 southbound, the outer loop on the west side, seeing a few brake lights as you leave South Cobb Drive down to I-20, the West Freeway. Again, just all volume there. Luckily, no crashes in the way right now. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm Channel 2 Action News Chief Meteorologist Brad Nitz. Partly to mostly cloudy, 78 near the record high of 79 this afternoon. A few stray showers possible. Dry Friday morning, low 61, 77 in the afternoon, ties the record high. We'll have some showers moving in Friday afternoon and evening, continuing into Saturday morning.
It is 66 degrees with cloudy skies in Alpharetta, 67 in Decula, and here in Midtown Atlanta, we have 68 degrees. We'll have more news at noon, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
Informative and topical when you want it.
And he's involved in keeping Chinese communist students at American University.
And a break when you need it.
I forgot to leave food out for the cat. Can you go check on the cat?
Eric Erickson.
By belittling other people, you show your tribal loyalty.
Today, starting at noon, 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Coming up next, Deborah's got tickets to give away to see Lady A, the electronic crunch that data centers are putting on our electrical grid, and Sophia Choi in depth on the expensive value meals at fast food restaurants. All of that straight ahead on the Mark Arum Show.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told him your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Have a stress-free Thanksgiving that's sure to impress. Hey, it's Mark Arum here for my friends at Publix. Just heat and serve a traditional feast that are going to leave your guests loving it. Includes a whole turkey, cooked, old-fashioned cornbread dressing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, cranberry orange relish, marshmallow delight, gravy. Serves 8 people, and the price for the meal, just $69.99. That's less than $10 per person. Amazing meal from my amazing friends at Publix.
Sell your home with Mark Spain Real Estate and get the strongest cash offer in the industry. You'll save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Dave Baker for Beaver Toyota of Cumming. Looking for a new truck and looking for a great deal? Simply go to beavertoyotacumming.com/Dave's Deals and save money on a new Toyota Tundra. The Toyota Tundra from Beaver Toyota of Cumming is the official truck of the Home Fix-It Show.
He packed in the animals 2 by 2, ox, camel, and a
11:37 on the Mark Arum Show in mere minutes. Deborah's going to give away those tickets to see Lady A at Atlanta Symphony Hall. We're going to go in depth on the surge of data centers and the pressure on the electronic grids we can expect this winter. But first, had to slide in our buddy from Channel 2 Action News, Sophia Choi, doing a special that hits close to home for me, Sophia. $12 for a value meal, $50 to feed a family at McDonald's. What is going on with my beloved fast food restaurants?
Well, yeah, everybody's noticed the price increase, right? But how much has it increased? Let me tell you, in the last 5 years, it has outpaced inflation by nearly double.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I can tell you firsthand, I get sticker shock every time I go through that drive-through. What do you have coming up on Channel 2 Action News, and when is it going to air?
Oh, well, it's going to air tonight at 5. And we checked the menus at 200 fast food restaurants inside the perimeter, and we found some big differences, Mark, in prices for the same item.
Oh, interesting. Well, I know at the airport everything is.
Chain, though, even at the same chain.
Yeah, I mean, I know the airport. You go to the airport, you're going to pay, $52 for the Big Mac. But just outside of that, different prices at different locations. I'm kind of upset, Sophia. I mean, I'm looking forward to your report tonight on Channel 2 Action News at 5. But you could have leaned on me for research. I would have loved to have been driving around.
You and me both, we're fast food fanatics,
yes.
Right? Yeah, and for most Americans, even if they don't they think it's not healthy for them and whatnot, for the convenience, they go at least pretty much once a week. Everybody goes, right? You drive through Chick-fil-A, you drive through Popeyes, whatnot. Well, we drove through a lot of places. Now, I didn't eat at all of them, but we drove through a lot of places, and we found the best deals out there for you.
I can't
and
wait.
we tell you how you get the best deal.
I am holding up my Chick-fil-A bag. We did have Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits today. I'll be watching tonight on Channel 2. Sophia, always a pleasure, my friend.
Me too.
There
I love you.
Leah, Sophia Choi. All right. Why didn't you, Longoria, you and I should have been heard, associate producers on that.
We could have gone on a road trip.
More than fast food we talk about here on the show is the explosion of data centers in the metro Atlanta area. Covering the story for CBS News National Environment correspondent David Schechter in Dallas, Tejas. David, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
I'm sure you know in your research and reporting how many data centers are popping up here in the metro Atlanta area. I got assurances from the energy sector and the electronic providers here in the state of Georgia that we have full capacity and we shouldn't see any reduction in service or increase in pricing when it comes to the data centers. But is that the same story nationally?
I don't know who you're talking to, so we could get into that in a minute. But there was a report out. There is a new report out from the North American Electric Reliability Corporation. They're sort of a overseer of the nation's grid, and they're warning America that more than a dozen states where data centers are really spreading fast could face potential electric power emergencies this winter if there are extreme conditions this winter. That's an if we get some of that polar vortex action and some extreme cold and sort of that perfect storm that we've seen in other places like in Texas when the whole grid got knocked out, that the conditions are more primed now than ever. It's not a high probability event, but they are saying there's so much demand on the grid from these data centers and other electrification of our economy, including cars and buildings and stuff, that the supply is just getting very, very tight.
Now, we're familiar with, the rolling blackouts. We recall those, right, in California during heat waves. Or is that something similar we could see this winter where we go to turn the heat on and no go?
I mean, that's what the warning is saying. And, it's region by region. They're talking about this would probably be most concentrated as an issue in the West or the Southeast and the Mid-Atlantic. And, obviously Georgia's starting to figure into those locations. And that would be, that they're saying that is a possibility for the winter if we get these Arctic storms that descend over North America. We had that in 2021. It's not unheard of. And lots of things in the winter, there's less electricity available. For example, solar power in the summer, you might get 12 or 14 hours of daylight or more in a day. And in the winter you get less. So they're producing less energy. So there's issues with availability also in the wintertime.
David Schechter from CBS joining us live on the Mark Arum Show. This isn't a short-term thing, right? These data centers are going to continue to pop up. They're going to continue to use more electricity. Do we have long-term solutions so we don't have to deal with blackouts?
That's such a good question. I think data centers are one of the biggest stories of our time right now, and I don't see a magic bullet, silver bullet that would solve any of these problems. Everyone's rushing. These data centers are rushing to get power or building their own power or talking about building nuclear power plants or taking power plants that have been off, nuclear power plants like 3 Mile Island that's been offline and bringing it back online so they can get that power. There is just a mad rush for it. And then the secondary issue is we have this pretty old grid that is getting pretty outdated, and to carry all the power that's needed for all this new demand means updating the grid. So I think you're looking at billions upon billions and trillions of dollars of investment in this growth, but I think we're going to experience growing pains for quite some time.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, we've been talking about it so much, David, because we have so many of these popping up in North Georgia. And I was assured we're good, but this, I don't want to call it a watchdog group, this organization that released the data, you mentioned the Southeast is vulnerable. Does that include the metro area?
That I don't know. I mean, generally speaking, yes. I mean, they're laying this out in very wide swaths, so they haven't said, metro areas, but I think that you fit into the designation of Southeast Mid-Atlantic. So I think that probably is that what you guys consider yourself? I think that's where you are, right?
SEC country. That's what we call it.
Yeah, SEC country, right? So I think that you're included in that, and it's not necessarily because you have the data centers popping up there. It's power is sourced regionally. And so they manage those loads from generation that comes from across an entire region. And what's happening in Georgia and what's happening with your power centers is happening in other places too. So that problem just is, there's cascading problems there when you have a national and a regional power system.
I'm hearing David suggest we all go get a home generator for this.
Not a bad
winter.
idea ever. I'm in Texas and we lived through that winter storm at my house where inside my house my dog's water bowl was frozen.
Oh my
in
gosh.
my house.
So
that was pretty miserable. It was really miserable, and I hope that doesn't happen. And I think they're saying the probability is low, but I think it's even when it's low, it's worth a warning.
Indeed. All right. So Dave is the national environmental correspondent for CBS. Please keep in touch. We're fascinated with these stories. Love to get you back on soon, David.
Thanks for having me on. Have a great day, everybody.
There you go. And best of luck to your dog. Hope your dog's is well hydrated now.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go, David. That's legit. I am legitimately concerned because they're not going to stop building the data centers. Data centers? What do you prefer, Deborah? You're the executive producer.
I know bands that go by data, so I'm going to say data.
Data centers.
Yeah.
I think that's a word that I flip. Data.
Yeah, probably, depending on how you're using it.
Route.
No, that's two different things.
Really? Alternate route?
A route is something you drive on. A root is like a vegetable that grows in the ground.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, so I should go route. Will we need alternate routes on the commute? We'll find out in a second. But first, we got tickets to give away, Deborah. I like that little. Let's do that.
Little teaser.
Yeah, little. Was that a snare? A little ting. Yeah. Let's give away some tickets, Deborah. What do we have?
Tickets to see Lady A December 5th at Atlanta Symphony Hall.
All right, Drip. I'm going easy, buddy. Eighth caller to Vinny Drip. 404-872-0750. Eighth caller to 404-872-0750 wins a pair of tickets to see Lady A Atlanta Symphony Hall. Courtesy of the Mark Arum Show at 95.5 WSB. Drum kick. There it is. Alternate routes or alternate routes, Alex? What do you prefer?
Alternate routes and tow trucks.
Yeah, there you go. Get those wreckers out of here, buddy.
And we're going to need one on 285 in DeKalb County. Mark got a stalled truck in the left lane, 285 north, the outer loop, right at I-20 exit 46. That's slowing the ride back toward Flat Shoals. Once you get on 20 eastbound to head out toward the mall at Stonecrest and Lithonia, that ride slows down just east of Wesley Chapel Road due to the left lane construction at Panola Road. And 75, 85 northbound, tapping that brake pedal as you merge on from I-20, heading up toward Freedom Parkway and Peachtree Pine Street. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
There are so many people in need of help right now, and they need our help.
Join the Triple Team Traffic Crew tomorrow, November 21st from 9 a.m. till noon.
At the Publix, located at 11800 Haynesbridge Road in Alpharetta.
For the annual Triple Team Traffic Food Drive benefiting Atlanta Community Food Bank.
The first 25 people to donate a frozen turkey in person will receive 2 tickets to Lucia by Cirque du Soleil under the Big Top at Atlantic Station while supplies last.
For more information or to donate online, visit WSBRadio.com.
Switch your termite protection to Breda, and your rate is locked in for 10 years. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade's Georgia every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Will my hair really grow back?
Do I still get to have a birthday party?
Can my teddy come into the machine with me? Will you stay with me tonight, Mommy?
Every day, kids at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta ask questions they should never have to. By giving today, you can help us answer them. With your support, our kids get the care and treatment they need. And even a birthday, they'll never forget. Give to Children's for that. Donate today at choa.org/give.
If you need a furnace, think of Reliable with unbeatable lifetime warranty and only $59.99 a month. It's getting cold out there. Don't be a turkey this Thanksgiving. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Reliable Heating Air wants to keep you warm and feed you too with free Turkey Tuesday. Every Tuesday leading up to Thanksgiving, listen to my show for your chance to win a free Thanksgiving turkey courtesy of Reliable Heating and Air, the name Atlanta trusts when it's time to turn on the heat. Stay cozy, save energy, and keep your oven and your furnace cooking this holiday season. Visit ReliableAir.com to schedule your furnace check today.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Woke radical liberals are screwing up this country, but Congressman Brian Jack is fighting back. He backed one big, beautiful tax cut for working families, ending Social Security taxes for nearly all seniors, and taxes on tips and overtime gone. So call Congressman Brian Jack at 202-225-5901 and thank him for backing working family tax cuts and putting America first. Paid for by American Prosperity Alliance.
I'm Channel 2's Lori Wilson.
I'm Fred Blankenship. Challenge Action News this morning is the best place to be for breaking news.
So much is happening, and we're on it. Our reporters are the first to know in your community, bringing you fresh information, the best video.
We know you depend on us. It's why we're everywhere live to prepare you for the day ahead.
In the morning, see what's new.
Don't miss a day. Join us. Challenge Action News this morning, 4:30 to 7.
2 homes, same block, one sold for way more because they used Orchard. Move first, skip the stress, and sell for top dollar. Don't wait. Get your free home valuation now at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
At Ameris Bank, we know that it's never just business when it's your business. I'm Brian Parks, head of commercial banking in Atlanta for Ameris Bank. Whether your business is looking to optimize cash flow, improve your payment technology, or grow more quickly, my team and I are here and ready to help with a superior level of service, smart banking technology, and local market expertise. I invite you to reach out to my team by visiting amerisbank.com/yourbusiness or a local branch near you. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours, member FDIC.
Attention homeowners of Georgia, the holidays are coming and so is the freezing weather. Now is the time. If your windows are drafty, fogged, or just plain old, listen up. Hey, it's Ray, founder of Window Comfort, and we're giving back this holiday season. Right now, when you schedule a free, no-pressure estimate, we're going to give you a $100 Visa gift card just in time for the holidays. No strings attached. And because we're in the holiday spirit, everyone who gets a free estimate this month is automatically entered into our $10,000 home makeover giveaway. That's right, real cash in hand and a chance to get your windows completely free. Plus, you're still going to get our buy one, get one free window special. So don't wait. Go to windowcomfort.com and schedule your no-pressure estimate today.
Terms and conditions apply. See windowcomfort.com.
Better prices, better views. Window Comfort, meant just for you. Window Comfort.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join Medi-Share and save even more than usual. For many families, joining Medi-Share means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, Medi-Share members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. Medi-Share's been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 30th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Happy 30th birthday, single Michael Clifford. He's a member of the Australian pop band 5 Seconds of Summer. Here's his hit, Amnesia. Never heard the song in my life. I've never heard this song in my life. Anyway, happy birthday, dude. Michael Clifford turns 30. Welcome back to the Mark Arum Show. Right now, former President Bush is eulogizing his former Vice President Dick Cheney at the funeral at the National Cathedral. Did you watch Monday Night Football, Longoria?
I did not.
So they have the regular Monday night broadcast, and then they have the Peyton and Eli.
I've seen that before. Yeah,
So
I
they
love
had
that.
they had GW as their guest.
Oh, really?
And I've never watched the Mannings, but I saw him. It was great. It was phenomenal.
I like that better to watch that one.
George Bush was hilarious. He kept making fun of Peyton for being in so many commercials. All right, Deborah, let's close things out. Obviously, the Triple Team Traffic Food Drive is this Friday at the Publix in Alpharetta, 11,000 Haynesbridge Road, 9 a.m. to noon. Food banks around the state probably or might be getting a boost from Georgia hunters.
Well, the Georgia Wildlife Federation has a program called the Georgia Hunters for Hungry. So if you're out there killing deer, unlike Charlie does, and maybe you have too many or you can't eat all of the meat or you just don't have enough people to give it away to, you can donate that, take it to your processor, and they'll get that to the correct food banks that can actually store the meat and get that out to other people.
So it's not just you just don't
Yeah,
bring
you don't just take the deer to the Atlanta Community Food Bank.
Because they can't wait.
Right, but the processors that you would take it to,
awesome.
they'll handle it. So you can say, okay, I only want this much, you can donate the rest.
All right, no pressure to Low T Chuck, but you can feed the home. Finally get one, man. He's got to take Phil out with him. Phil's the one that kills the wild boar in Florida and all the deer for Chuck. So I'm just never mind Chuck. Phil, go out and get your deer, get your boar, and donate it. Is there a website or an organization?
So it's Georgia Hunters for the Hungry, and it's like most of your processors that you would take your deer to get dressed and everything, they'll have the information
Excellent.
to get it to the
I
right
love that.
pantry.
I love that so much. Atlantis, the mythical lost city of Atlantis, maybe not lost anymore.
Oh, so these independent researchers, they think they found the lost city of Atlantis, and it's off of the coast of Spain. We'll just say that.
Oh.
So they were doing, they got all this like LiDAR technology, right?
Yes.
So they can see all this stuff they never saw before, and they found all these remains, and they did some carbon date testing on it, which would be about over 11,000 years old.